All right, guys, we should be going live right now. Let's wait for the notifications and everything to be sent out to all the viewers. Let's see. Let me check out the chat room. Hopefully it looks like the chat room's going good. We have our moderators in there. We have Cascadian Preparedness and the Apex Prepper are running the show in the comment section, making sure everything goes good over there. So let's just get a couple minutes just to get started, and then we're going to just start bringing in our guests. We have an awesome show today. We have the late Boy Scout is going to be coming up first. I'm a big fan of him. I've been a big fan of him for about a decade now, and we're finally going to get a chance to talk in detail about a variety of different things. After that, we have Casual Preppers Podcast, which is an awesome podcast. If you're not already following Casual Preparedness podcast, you have to do it. It's so entertaining. It's all about prepping, and these guys are just awesome. So I'm super excited to talk with them. We also have Prepper Potpourri coming up, and I've been a big fan of her for many years as well. Also, Mama Bear Preparedness and Rogue Preparedness are going to be visiting as well. We had them a few weeks ago, and there were some connectivity problems, so we had to get them back, and we had to do it right. And we also have EDC TV. It's a newer channel, and we're going to be talking with him about the channel, and we'll talk about how his vision that he has going for the channel, the stuff he wants to focus on, and we'll go from there. So again, it's a jam-packed episode this week. Hopefully I can keep everything together. I have a whole bunch of notes over here, and I have my coffee and my juice. So I think I'm ready to go as far as liquids go. Looks like people are starting to join the comments. We have Arts Arts and Farts from Montreal. So welcome, Arts and Farts. That's good to see you. We have Pennywise joining over there. Looks like EDC TV is ready to go. Hey, pal. Yep. How's it going, EDC TV? Looks like we have the late Boy Scout in the comment section. We're going to be bringing him on in a second. Let's wait for a few more people to hop on the live stream. So, American Prepper, how's it going? Excited to watch at work, but hoping to watch it all. Let's start throwing some stuff on the board. There we go, American Prepper. Good to see you. See, we have Mandy. Welcome, Mandy. Coffee. Yep. Coffee is definitely required. Have my cup over here. We have Spiky Scenes. Please compare survival watches. Okay, let's try to see if we can roll that back in. We have North Tacoma. Welcome, North Tacoma. Arts and Farts. Yeah, you got the shout out. Rico, hello. How's it going? M.A. Stein. How's it going? We have Dutch Bike Blogger. Dutch Bike Blogger, did you receive your gift yet from the previous live stream? Let me know. We have Sean here from Tucson, Arizona. Let's see. We have Rachel. I love the live streams. I love doing them. So thanks for watching. If you guys keep watching, I'll keep doing them. So that'll be fun. All right, here we go. We have Carrie C. Welcome, Carrie C. Good to see you again. Michael Myers, not the Michael Myers, but another Michael Myers from England. Good to see you. We have Valis Bike. Let's see who else. We have Mark from the UK. We have KJ from Portland over there. We have some questions already coming in there with regard to watches. We might have to hit that up right with the late Boy Scout. We have Eric over here. John from Good Morning. Welcome, Alaska. Welcome the state of Alaska to the live stream. The building sheriff from the UK. Wow, we have there's a worldwide audience right now tuning into the broadcast, which is really cool. Here we have Jimmy G right now. Let's do it about 30 seconds. Let's bring on the late Boy Scout. So this is going to be cool. So Walter says, Angry Prep wants to know how to make bread with yeast and to save. That's old. Have Mama Bear. Yeah. So let's Walter, let's ask Mama Bear when she comes on. She's one of our bread experts, and I know that Prepper Potpourri is also a big bread expert as well. So we'll talk about that. Angry Prepper is unable to join in on this particular live stream because he got called into work. So work's more important than my live stream. But we're working on rescheduling him. So I'm glad to see that he's back in work. All right, we have Specky Scenes, bug out videos, PDFs, classic. Thank you very much. We have Michael. Hello from North Seattle. Welcome, North Seattle. Got a local. We have Hector from Puerto Rico. It's good to see you again, Hector. Been seeing you in the last few weeks over here. We have the Switchblade Kiss watching from Scotland. Hello. Best EDC sling bag. All right, we're already getting some questions in there already. And Rico, you must keep it cool in their jacket. Yeah, so this jacket, this live stream is sponsored by, actually not really sponsored by, but this is the Paxter jacket. And I've been working on a review for them for months now, and it's just been cut a little bit slow for me because of doing a lot of other projects and with all the COVID stuff going on. So I said, hey, I'm gonna wear the jacket in the first part of the live stream each time until I get that review done. So again, this is a shout out to Paxture. It's a real awesome jacket. It's super hot, so that reminds me that I should probably take it off now. Because it's gonna be a hot live stream today. Okay, here we go. Got more stuff regarding sling bags, the preparedness guys over here. We have North Carolina in the house. Welcome, North Carolina. Mark. Oop. Talking about some gas masks. Awesome. A lot of things going on. All right. So without further ado, I'm super excited to have our first guest for this live stream. I've been a big fan of his channel for about a decade now. He's been doing YouTube videos since around, I believe, 2010. I started around 2011. He focuses he's in the tactical knife preparedness community. I'm super excited to bring him on. So please welcome the late Boy Scout to the live stream. Welcome, late Boy Scout.
Cliff, man, I cannot believe it's been 10 years. You say that you've been a fan of me for 10 years. I'm like, what?
I have.
I've been doing this for 10 years. Why on earth am I still here?
Well, I've always been a fan of you because while you're in the tactical community, you always seem like you're having a good time too. And I usually gravitate towards the people that are smiling, having a good time in the videos. Sometimes the tactical community is pretty serious. And I think that you have a fun nature about you. So.
If it's not fun, why do it? You know, it's at this point with the way things are on YouTube, if you're not having a good time, why stick around? Why do it? Yeah, and totally. I'm still having a good time, so I'm still here.
Yeah, well, thanks a bunch for being here. And look at this background. We have all sorts of cool things over here.
Yeah, this is my desk area. This is where I work every day. I'm working from home currently during this whole pandemic situation. Yeah. Lucky for me, fortunately, I have no issues financially. I'm able to work from home. It's all great. And so this is the computer I work on back here. And this is the computer I typically do my video editing on. So I've got two computers running, my work computer and my home computer. But in any case,
little bunch of scenes. Yeah.
Got some artwork going on here. This is I'm a terrible guitar player, but this is one of the handful that I have, and just a few other little knickknacks and stuff.
Were you thinking of doing a demo scenario of the guitar during the live stream, or
not at all? Not at
YouTube copyright violation.
Well, there would probably be some copyright violations, and a lot of ears would bleed, and a lot of people would complain. So
I don't want to get sued by the Beatles or something.
Well, mostly
Boy Scout covering.
You mostly get sued by people who are saying, "Why did you subject me to that awful sound?"
That's true. Yeah, so for pain and suffering.
Yeah, cool. I have a little bit of fun with it, but I try not to inflict it on other people.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I mean, again, super big fan of the channel. I don't think we've actually met in person. I probably saw you at some point at SHOT Show, and that's the late Boy Scout right there.
I don't know if our paths ever did cross. There are a lot of people I did meet at SHOT Show, and a lot of connections I have been able to make in that way. But I don't think you and I were ever able to connect. So I'm sad about that. I wish we had.
Well, so we have to do it virtually for now, but hopefully in the future we'll get together for a beer or a coffee or maybe both. So, well, cool. So for all the guests that I've been bringing in, we start off with a general COVID check-in. I know you're sheltering in place. You're able to work from home and you're able to do your videos from home. How's everything going for you and your family?
We're all good. Health-wise, we're great. Financially, we're as good as we've ever been. So that's the biggest number one concern. Yeah. We're completely blessed in that regard. I mean, it's a little bit of a challenge for the kids because they're used to going out, hanging out with friends, being able to go here and there and do things. And that's been difficult for a number of them. School-wise, I mean, they're able to do sort of their schoolwork from home. And, I and my wife, we both have jobs, so we have to do our jobs, but also help them with their schoolwork. So I think a lot of people are dealing with that sort of frustration right now. And that's been maybe the only real difficult thing for us. But as far as just general welfare, we're doing great. We feel good.
That's good.
Life is good.
How's your supplies holding up? Is there any supplies that you felt pretty good on, but maybe some that, oh man, I really wish I would have had a little bit more of this now in hindsight?
Right. So I would say that when people started rushing to buy toilet paper, I think I rushed to buy toilet paper probably a week and a half before everybody else.
Yeah.
So I scooped up a bunch. I have probably might be a year supply right now. So nice. I'm good. But and probably shouldn't have said that. Now my neighbors are going to ask for some.
They're gonna come rage you. But fortunately, I imagine you're well armed for that kind of situation. So.
That's also true, and I also stocked up on ammo probably way back before Christmas.
Yeah.
So I made some big purchases around sort of Thanksgiving, Christmas time when there were some really good deals going on, and bought a lot of ammo. There's a couple of new guns that are still going to be seen on the channel soon. But yeah, there's plenty of ammo and plenty of toilet paper. So from both of those ends, pretty covered. But then as far as like food and I guess, I mean, we've always had a good supply of like batteries, ibuprofen, basic things that we use in our household. We've always, I mean, this has just kind of been our mindset, my wife and I's mindset since probably we were first married, and I've been married almost 20 years. Wow. So, and we've both kind of had the same mindset in regards to making sure that we have, I don't know, a good 2 to 3 week supply of the things we constantly use. And then just more and more and more as we build out. And as we sort of graduated from living in a tiny 1-bedroom apartment to moving into a place that, a bigger place we rented, to owning a home that has a good amount of space in it, we've filled that space with good preparedness items. So good dry food, dehydrated food, good freezer stuff, good, we've always had that mindset about us, and we've always tried to really sort of fill those needs and make sure that we have all those things that we need. So from a general supply standpoint, we've been good, and I think we're going to stay good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us that are in like the preparedness tactical gear community, I think we've been preparing for something like this. So I think for the most part, we're pretty stocked up on things, and maybe just a couple little minor tweaks here and there. We're already getting a request for some performances to play the survival blues on the guitar. You get up to stay tuned.
I'm not sure how that would go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. I've had like a song in my head. So years and years and years ago, before any of the YouTube stuff, I mean, creativity was always sort of in my blood, and I always did stuff that was creative. So whether it was artistic stuff, as a kid, I was always drawing. And then sort of through high school, I sort of picked up guitar. I'm still pretty bad at it, but learned some things and figured out how to write songs, played in some bands. Actually didn't play guitar in the band. I played bass guitar, and wrote a good portion of the songs that we played. So songwriting is always something that's kind of happening in my head almost all the time. And it might be a little, just a little riff or a little tune or a little something. It's always sort of happening, and I never do much with it because I know it takes so much time to develop and kind of turn ideas into songs. So I don't really do that much of it anymore, but it's still sort of part of my blood, part of my DNA. And there's been a sort of a tune related to all of this COVID stuff that's kind of been banging around in my head, completely undeveloped. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if I will do anything with it. But it's not exactly the survival blues as he requested, but it's something along those lines in regards to our current pandemic situation. We'll see if I develop it or turn it into something to share in a video. I probably won't, but
all right, folks. There's a little teaser there, so possibly check out the Late Boy Scouts channel for some performances. Maybe we'll get a YouTube tactical preparedness band together or something, and I'll play the bongos or something.
That'll be one of those really low view count videos, because that's what music tends to do.
It's not going to be YouTube's going to take the ad. This is not safe for all advertising.
That's right.
Do you have to deal with a lot of that with your videos?
I do. I think it's not as bad as it is with a lot of the straight gun channels. Yeah. So a lot of those guys, I think they see a much sort of harder and more relentless attack from YouTube as far as demonetization. And some of them have, no ad revenue whatsoever. Yeah. But I think because my channel is so diversified, I have guns, I have knives, I have EDC gear, and I have a lot of sort of family adventure videos, some of that anyway. And so because it is a pretty diverse mix of content, I do have a probably, I think it's still the majority of my videos are still monetized as usual, but there's quite a few that for mysterious reasons, just we don't think this one's good for monetization. And it's like, I've looked over that content. I promise it doesn't have any of the stuff that violates your your guidelines. We don't care. Some obscure person who's making the judgment call has decided that it's not ad friendly, and so that's yellow $sign for you. There's nothing you can do about it at that point except kind of live with it.
Some robot sitting somewhere and just I don't like this one.
Do you see a lot of that? Do you see a lot of that, Cliff?
Yeah, anytime that I do anything related to a gas mask, I guess that because I think that they basically capture all the text that's stated in it, like the closed captioning of it, and they do probably keyword search. Oh, he's talking about gas masks and mustard gas and biological warfare and stuff. Just me mentioning in the live stream, I'm sure it's going to shut us down pretty quick. But usually on those kind of videos, that's automatic. It gets flagged, and then I usually have to fight to try to get it back. So, but my videos are fairly PC, so they're I don't really cover kind of a tactical gear type stuff. So I've been pretty safe in that way. But the gas mask and like the CBRN and NBC, those type of topics are all an automatic, flag.
I can see how that would be the case in today's climate because, and I sort of understand why, because they don't want bad information getting out there. Yeah. But the problem is you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. All the good information and all the sort of homespun ideas that are really valid, they just get thrown out too. You know what I'm saying? What does my T-shirt say? It says, I heart 2A.
There we go. Okay. So someone thought it said, I love prepping. It's I heart 2A. Awesome.
I heart 2A.
I've been seeing some people are requesting for a pocket dump. We're already talking that we're gonna have to do some EDC check, but I was hoping to go over a few other things. So
we'll get to the pocket dump. I've already dumped my pockets. There's everything's sitting right here. I figured it'd be better than trying to jump around and reach into my pockets on camera. So it's all right here on the table. It's all pre-dumped. So we'll get to that for sure.
Cool. Well, awesome. So we were talking a little bit yesterday as we are kind of doing our trial run to make sure all the connections going over there. So I wanted to get a little bit more of the background for you, because your name's the late Boy Scout. My son's in Cub Scouts. How have you most leveraged? Have you been leveraging a lot of these skills that you learned as a Cub Scout nowadays, even with everything going on with the sheltering in place? Or can you just talk a little bit more about your backstory for those that are unfamiliar with it?
Yeah, for sure. So, pardon me. The connection of Boy Scout to what I am, late Boy Scout, is less to do with the Boy Scouts of America, the BSA, even though I have done some volunteering with them in the past. It has much less to do with that and more to do with sort of the general underlying philosophy that everybody sort of associates with the Boy Scout idea, And so that general philosophy is the idea of constantly learning new things, building new skills, practical skills that not only can you use in the world and sort of work environments, but also just in, dealing with your household and taking care of yourself in a difficult situation, and those are all that stuff is like stuff that is in my core and that I believe in. And it's all kind of, it is very kind of encapsulated by the term Boy Scout. And so that's sort of why I've used that term. And the word late Boy Scout, back in the 90s, I think it was, there was a movie called The Last Boy Scout with
I remember that one.
You remember it? The actors' names are Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't even know if you can find that movie anymore. It's not on Netflix.
There's some kind of YouTube clip somewhere on it. I like that one.
There's got to be. It was kind of a fun, action movie, And when I was looking for a name for my channel, that term came to mind. I felt like the last Boy Scout definitely felt pretentious, and I didn't want to use that. And so at some point the words kind of twisted around in my head and it became late Boy Scout. And I was like, that actually sounds right. That seems to describe me. So I went with that. Late meaning, not late meaning, oh, he's dead, he just died. No, it means late meaning a little bit late to the party. Like, here I am. I started my channel 10 years ago, so I was in my 30s, and I'm just beginning to sort of share ideas about this. And really, it had only been maybe a couple years that I had started to sort of get a little more serious about those things again. As a kid, big into outdoors, played in the outside all the time, and wanted to sort of just sort of capture that again as an adult, because my kids were sort of beginning to enter that phase in life. And I thought, well, I'm I'm their dad. I got to be their guide, and I got to help them learn all this stuff. And so it was my turn to sort of jump back into that, start relearning all this stuff. That was around the time that I got my concealed carry permit for the first time. I had only bought my first gun a little while before that. I didn't even grow up around guns, like not at all. I shot them a couple of times with my friends, and I think I had some scout leaders that I did shotgun stuff with.
Yeah.
But my dad never took me shooting. Took me fishing as a kid. We went camping a few times as a family, but not that much. There was a good stretch of time where we were like in difficult financial situations. So all that sort of fun stuff that you would go and do, we just didn't have the time for it as a family. And so
when I was growing up, I also grew up in a non-fire home friendly family. I think my mom's actually probably listening in on the live stream, but I think it started from there's a story that they used to tell where my younger brother, who was probably, I don't know, 2 or something like that, my dad was visiting his best friend at the time, who was a gun owner, and he went to go visit him at his place, and he was a single person, so he kept his firearm on his nightstand basically. And my younger brother was just wandering around, walked in the room, saw this toy gun, came into the room, and actually discharged it like in the room between. Man. And it was a total big scary moment for everyone. Sure. And it was like, and so then from that point on, that wasn't part of our family's culture or anything like that, but super scary. So I
understand. And there was no moment like that for my family. I think it was more to do with our financial situation. I think my dad had one pistol for a while that he had to sell just to pay some bills, and a rifle he had to sell to pay some bills. He had a bow that he never took me out to shoot that I thought was so cool, and I wanted to try it out, but he had to pawn that at some point. So he was certainly interested in that stuff, and would have, if he had the means, he would have had the gun collection I have, and he would have been taking his kids out like I currently do.
Yeah.
But that just wasn't in the cards for our family, unfortunately.
Now, we have a lot of people that are, I see them in the chat room and stuff, people that are starting off on YouTube. And well, first off, you have a really commanding voice. Have you ever thought of getting into the podcast world? I know we have Casual Prepper podcast coming up. They also have really good voices. I have a horrible voice, but you have an awesome voice. Have you moved into the podcast world? And if not, why?
Commanding. I would never call my voice commanding. I don't know anybody in this house who does what I say. So I certainly don't have a commanding voice, but that's nice of you to say. I've looked at the podcast idea, and I don't know. I probably won't try it out. The issue, I have a brother who's always sort of bouncing ideas off me and talking about ways that I can do more with what I do. And I'm like, dude, I can barely handle what I currently do. And I know I don't put out that many videos, So the podcast thing sounds cool. And I definitely enjoy sort of being part of something like this with you, Cliff. Yeah. But running my own thing is just another big time-consuming thing to do. It probably won't happen.
Okay. Well, I keep seeing the EDC checks, and maybe we should talk about what's your live stream EDC.
Okay, you want to get into that now?
Let's and then I thought we could take some comments too over there. So
let's start with the most exciting thing first. Everybody wants to see the Bic Pen. No, the Sharpie. The Sharpie, right? The tactical pocket Sharpie. Yeah. Everybody's been saying, what Sharpie do you carry? Oh, this one, guys, I carry this Sharpie. Yeah. No, I know you're not interested in the Sharpie, but this is one of the things I actually use a lot. So one of these little pocket keychain size Sharpies is in my pocket every day, and I love it. I actually buy them in a pack of like 5, and I go through them over a year or so. But I mark stuff, I use stuff. When I'm doing stuff in the shop to cut things, I'm making little dots with the Sharpie. I don't have to hunt around for a pencil or whatever. I've always got this. And it's tough to kind of describe all the situations where this is useful, but a permanent marker that will write on any surface, really useful for communication, for sort of alerting people of things, to, again, sort of creating and building things. So a pocket Sharpie.
Even for first aid type things, like if there's a medical situation, you need to write down someone's situation. It's perfect.
Yeah. if you got it, dude, if you've got a Sharpie, you can write on their skin.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yep.
Like if you just need to like make some note about what this person's situation is, and you've got nothing to write on, just pull their sleeve up and write on their arm.
Totally.
And, EMS or whoever comes by to check them out or take over from you, they've got the message. They know what's going on, and
love it.
That's because you were prepared to do that. So that's the EDC Sharpie.
No one takes out the EDC Sharpie as their first EDC item, but that's the
subverting expectations.
Subverting
that's right.
Expectations.
The Maxpedition wallet use that all the time. It's very flat and very EDCable. Yeah, it's very black and doesn't really show up on camera very well. But that's it just holds a few things, a little bit of cash, a few cards, and all that kind of stuff. Burt's Bees lip balm. I actually use this a ton. It's dry in Utah, and this is handy.
Is that a possible fire starter too? Is it?
Yeah, all that stuff. Let's see. Okay, Maxpedition. I think this is called the Acantha pen. So I carry a marker and also a tactical pen. It's barely a tactical pen. You can see that it just barely sticks out from my hand just a little bit, but it's enough to be a sort of a long-ish, very tough, very hard implement that you can use to bash things, break things, dig out things. It's got that nice little point on it, and yes, it could be used to hurt somebody if you had to.
The only person I've seen use the tactical pen is Joe Pesci from Casino, and that was like the one where I think he had a makeshift tactical pen. But
I think I was thinking of Jason Bourne, but okay.
Oh, that too.
There's also
he leveraged.
Yeah, and then of course I think it has the Fisher Space Pen in it, so it'll write upside down. It writes wherever, and you don't have to be too concerned about that. I don't think I've ever changed the ink on this one, and I do write with it occasionally, but it's almost always in my pocket. The light currently SR2, S1R Baton 2 is the light I'm currently using. This is the one that they were selling for the little benefit sale.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I just got this in the mail a day or two ago, charged it up. I've been carrying it since, but I've got like 6 of these. In my opinion, it's the perfect pocket flashlight. I know there's lots of other really good ones out there, but I've kind of stopped at this. Yeah, and
I have the larger version of it just because the battery lasts a little bit longer for me. But they make awesome EDC flashlights.
They really do. And I have the iPhone. I think it's 7 or 7S. I'm way behind the times as far as which iPhone that I carry, but it's got the Klecker. Whatever you call this case on it, but it's the one that's got little tools built into it.
Yeah, look at that.
That's my little beard comb.
Nice. I was wondering how you keep your beard so well groomed. You have your EDC and comb on it.
Yes, it almost never looks this good, but I knew I was going to be on camera. And there's a little wrench, a little kind of a multi-wrench. What else is there? This is a little screwdriver that kind of, you've got a Phillips on this side and a flathead on the opposite side.
That is awesome. What did you make that one?
It's Klecker knives and tools, and that's a little seatbelt cutter type tool. Yeah, and I can get on an airplane with this, by the way. So I've taken the whole thing on flights, and they stop me and they take a look at it, and then they usually say, "Where can I get one of those? That's really cool." So I'm like, "Oh, it's called the Klecker."
These are awesome. I need to update my EDC with some of these items so
Oh,
far.
it's a really cool. It's cheap. I mean, the case itself has got to be $12, $15. Then each of the tools I think are around $10. So I mean, it may be expensive as phone cases go, but if you think about the capabilities, and it's basically a big multi-tool now. So I like perfect. You guys don't care about knives, do you? Nobody wants to see the pocket knife I have. We'll just leave the pocket knife over here. Okay, we'll show you.
Let's see. I want to see the Crocodile Dundee style. There we go.
Yeah, not Crocodile D-ish very much at all. This is the Kershaw Leak. USA made. I think this is the CPM 154 version, and this is the copper-handled one. And I've gone ahead and done some patina work to that handle just to kind of make it a little prettier.
Look at that.
So
it is pretty. Yeah,
check it out. I've got some photos on Instagram, close-up photos of that patina. I think it's really, really nice looking.
Yeah, so your Instagram is, I know we're still going with a lot of this. Let me see if I could use my fancy software here to, okay, so there's you right there on the website.
Yeah, that old website that I never update.
Is it not updated? Oh, that you You could get your pillow for I Love Second Amendment.
That's right. Yeah.
And let's see. Let me go over. Oh, there's Casual Prepper podcast over there. They're coming up next. I see them waiting in the wings behind.
Right
the
on.
Right now.
Right on.
Let's go over to late. There we go. Late Boy Scout. So a lot of this. Oh, we even have a little plug for the live stream there, and we're showing that.
For sure.
Look at all that. So there it is right there.
Yeah, there's everything. As far as Instagram is concerned. So definitely go over. It's at Late Boy Scout, not at The Late Boy Scout. Somebody took The Late Boy Scout for some reason. Yeah. So just go to at Late Boy Scout, and that'll bring up my Instagram, and you can check that out.
And see, look, it's just I like your PPE items that you had for going to Home Depot. That was
cool. Right. Yeah, so that was sort of at the beginning of things.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let me go. Let me use the software again. So I know you probably have more stuff on the EDC, but we've gone through knife, flashlight, tactical Sharpie.
Not much more. I have the bandana. I've always got some kind of a bandana. It's got some great sort of, first aid uses, but also can kind of cover your mouth in a COVID situation. Yeah, a little bit. It's not an N95 mask or anything like that, but it's something, and it helps you kind of handle hot things or dirty things or contaminated things where you just sort of kind of open it up and kind of grab things like that instead of with your bare hands. Yeah, so totally. I think there's a ton of uses for a simple cotton bandana, and I've always got one. I didn't bring my firearm. I have go to my YouTube channel and look at one of my most recent videos, my top five guns for concealed carry. I can't remember the title, but that will give you the list of stuff that I generally rotate through. It'll either be the LCP, the LCP2, the Shield 9mm, sometimes the Smith & Wesson 642, a handful of others. And that's. You have a ton. How many videos do you have now? I don't know. 1,200.
1,200. Wow.
1,200. Okay.
I have like 500 in it. Man. Yeah, look at this. So I mean, I'm sure everyone's already subscribed to you, but if you're not, make sure you subscribe to the Late Boy Scout. Just a ton of content, and like we mentioned it earlier on in the live stream, it's a wide variety of content. There's flashlight stuff, there's firearm stuff, there's preparedness stuff, there's knife stuff, there's family stuff, you name it. I mean, it looks like a 9-year-old firearm instructor teaches.
That's my daughter. Yeah,
awesome.
That was my most recent video. Yeah, my daughter and my wife. I took them both out shooting, and I just barely managed to capture it. I just happened to turn the camera on just in time to run up to her as she was showing her mom how to use her rifle, my daughter's rifle, and it was just the cutest little moment. And once she realized the camera was rolling, of course she's like, "Oh, I'm on camera," and so she's all right, going for it. But I mean, it was totally genuine as far as how it began, and so
it's awesome.
Just such a cool little moment, yeah.
Well, so we in the wings over here, we have Casual Preppers podcast that has been sitting over here, and so I thought I'd bring all three of us on at the same time and have some fun. We'll see where it goes.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so we have Casual Preppers podcast. Let's see if I can format. There we go.
Hey, there we go.
We're like the Brady Bunch.
Wow. Hey.
I want to look up. What's up, guys?
Yeah. Hi.
How's it going?
Well,
that's the way we all became the Prepper Bunch.
We should totally do a Brady Bunch style.
We totally should, man. Gosh,
yeah, we have the capabilities now. So
what's up, guys?
Hilarious. How you doing?
Casual Preppers meet the Late Boy Scout.
Hello, guys.
You're from Utah.
That's right. Yeah, I'm in Utah County.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
And where are you guys at?
We're in the Uinta Basin out here in redneck land.
Gotcha. Nice. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful out there.
So it's good to meet you. Area. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Good. I hope we get to meet in person one of these days.
Yeah, no kidding. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does Casual Preppers podcast get out to the SHOT Show or some of the other type of events, Blade Show or anything like that? Or
one day.
One day. Yeah.
We've only gone to Salt Lake PrepperCon, which is no more.
Yeah. Back in the day, but no, SHOT Show is a thing we're going to do at some point in our lives, but it's mostly something we keep talking about and not actually doing. So
cool to have a live Casual Preppers podcast live at SHOT Show.
That'd be a blast, man.
Hey, can I ask you guys? Did you have any? Did you feel any of the earthquake that happened in the Salt Lake area at all?
I did not.
No,
Okay.
I didn't feel it or hear it.
Okay. And there was no, like, did they measure any sensitivity down there where you guys are at, or no?
There was a few people that said they felt it out here.
Mhm.
I was calling BS on it mostly, but they did say they felt it.
Simplot does a ton of blasting, so it's like hard to ever
Gotcha.
everyday thing here.
Yeah. We have the military base nearby us too that does some blasting periodically. So everybody's wondering if, is that another aftershock? But usually it's just blasting out here.
That's fine.
I heard there was like 1,500 aftershocks or something measured so far. Something like that.
I felt a few of them. I know that. And the main one was pretty shocking. So we're a ways south from the epicenter, but we felt it pretty strong. Man, it was the strongest anything like that we had felt in Utah up to this point. So that was pretty scary.
No, we don't need that during a pandemic. That's
for real. For real. I mean, we were all kind of on edge during this, pandemic time and getting used to that situation. And then we just wake up to this house shaking disaster. So it sucked. It was not cool. But that was one of those things that really kind of woke me up and said, here's some holes in my particular preps, and said, oh gosh, we're thinking about the fact that, there's probably going to be some aftershocks and they could be really bad. Or maybe that was a pre-shock and maybe something bigger is about to come. And so we're looking around at the house and going, we should probably get out of here. I don't know where we're going to go, but we should probably throw some stuff in the car and maybe just be ready. Yeah, maybe we should just be ready to get out. And so we started running around the house and grabbing things. I'm like, okay, let me think. I got this bug out bag. I got this thing over here. And I'm like, oh, shoot, the rest of my stuff is kind of scattered.
Yep.
And that really kind of was a wake up for me. And that's something that I've really been thinking about ever since. Like, I need to have some consolidated stuff ready to throw in the car and back out and just be gone. And so I've done that with a handful of things, but are there some ways that you guys have looked at that, or maybe looked at holes in your preps and you're thinking, this is how we can make things better?
All of these recent situations, I think, have kind of made us double check and look at everything we've done and like, is this actually effective? Is this actually, exactly what we need? The pandemic for sure has made us look that way. Even during this earthquake, I don't know if you guys had that quick little run on the fuel that happened. Did that happen out in Utah County?
It did. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that happened all the way out here in Uinta Basin as well. Wow. They're like, oh, there's a gas plant
media
down.
Just like, it spread like wildfires. Weird.
And so fuel was an area that I've been looking at and trying to figure out. I mean, I've been trying to figure it out for years, but that's one of those areas that I've been looking at as well.
I listened to one of your recent podcasts and you were talking about keeping your gas tank topped off at, either half or 3/4 all the time. Yeah. That's something that I totally agree with you. That's something my wife and I have been doing for years. Like if her car gets below, half, it's down to 1/4. I'm like, what are you doing? You got to keep this at a half all the time. And so we've always tried to keep it around half or more. But this is definitely, like you guys were saying, we're more like up to 3/4 at this time. Yeah.
My wife likes to play a game where she keeps it as low as possible. So when I get in, I have to go fill it up. It's a pretty fun game. I'm kind of sick of it at this point, but I'm trying to move on to something different.
Yeah.
Well,
more fun for her than it is for you. It's one of those type of games.
Less fun for me, more fun for her.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, this has been awesome. I felt like Anderson Cooper or something, just kind of sitting here. Let her go. These Utah guys.
I know. Ridiculous.
Well, cool. Well, special thanks to Late Boy Scout for appearing on the live stream. I put links to his YouTube channel. Most people are probably already subscribed to Late Boy Scout. He's been doing this for a decade now, and it's a channel I've always really looked up to and admired. So thank you so much for appearing on the live stream. Hopefully we could do it again, and we could do some more talks with our fellow YouTube preparedness people like Casual Preppers. I'm sure there's more others there too. So Again, everyone, check out the Late Boy Scout. Subscribe. I have a link in the description box below. And it's been awesome talking live with you on this live stream.
Thank you very much, Cliff. I really appreciate what you do as well. Casual Preppers, I'm looking forward to watching more of your stuff. And I'm going to stick around and watch some of this live stream. So I'm going to peace out, but I'll see you guys in the comments.
Hey, nice to meet you, man.
See ya.
All right, you too.
All right, man.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you, man. Thanks a bunch.
See you.
All right, now it's just the two of us, or the three of us.
What's going on, man?
How's it going?
It's good. How's the weather there?
It's a little overcast and cloudy, kind of like what you'd expect for like in the general Seattle area. But
nice.
I love your guys' your backdrop. It looks so professional, and I have like this junky office. So
it does look professional.
It's super
it's
professional.
really not that professional. It's just a television.
It's burned in that screen. It's been on.
It's an old plasma that
Yeah.
Can't get it off there, so we just put it behind us.
Well, cool. Well, for those of you that are new to Casual Preppers podcast, you guys are all over the place. You're on iTunes, you're on Tune, you're on YouTube. Do you have a SoundCloud as well?
No SoundCloud.
No SoundCloud yet.
Spotify, all those
Spotify.
kind of any place you can get a podcast, pretty much we're there. So
yeah, and then also on the Instagram channel. Let's see. I think I have it up. I'm going to try to leverage this fancy software that I have to show cool stuff. Let me see. There we go. We got the website going. And
nice.
Let me get you guys back on.
Website. Beautiful.
Is this updated regularly? This one?
It does get updated. We don't do a whole lot there. I mean, most of everything we do is either on Instagram or the podcast, a little bit on YouTube. You know,
and you guys even have a book that came out
yes,
I think it's available on
we knew enough words to put them together to write a book. It's
crazy. Do you guys have like an audible of the book so I could just listen to you guys recite the book? Is that available?
We've talked about it for a long time, and we're actually thinking about at some point doing that. But
that'd be hilarious.
It's just time. You know, it takes so much time to do all this stuff.
Well, cool. So we have Cameron and Kobe from Casual Preppers podcast. This is the one I've been blocking out all the various people to talk with this week, and you guys are the one I was nervous to talk with.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
I talked to other YouTubers. I could relate to the other YouTubers, but like you guys have been doing this podcast thing for years now, and it's like so professional and good, and I felt like Rocky from Rocky 1, where before he goes to fight Apollo, he goes into the ring. He's like, what am I doing here? I can't be doing this.
Oh man, no, don't feel that way at all. We look at you and your YouTube and we're like, man, how does he do it?
Yeah, it's a lot of bullet bourbon and coffee to
nice. Yeah,
uppers and downers. Yeah. So you guys have done over 100 episodes now on the podcast, right?
We're like, I mean, with our mindless banner, we have a regular episode we do every other week, and now we've got on the off weeks a series called Mindless Banter, where we just kind of talk about whatever the hell we want. So conspiracies or stupid news stories, you know, anything. So I think we have over 130 something at this point. So.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I like this view of you because normally in the podcast, because it's mainly for audio purposes, but you have like the room view, and it's kind of like the Joe Rogan style side view of you guys.
Yeah.
But I get to see you guys face to face now in this live stream.
Hats on. It's hard to see us too.
Yeah, it's a little mysterious, but well, so man, I have a whole bunch of notes over here, and I don't even know where to begin on this one. For those of you unfamiliar with Casual Preppers podcast, by the way, the Instagram also is just funny, just the stuff, the memes and different things that you post on there. But it's you guys talk about you call yourself casual preppers, but I think you're pretty hardcore preppers. You have your day job and your family, but then you're also contributing to the preparedness community with all sorts of content. And it's versus a lot of preppers, they take it very seriously. Your show is so entertaining and just like laugh out loud type stuff that goes on there. So I've been really enjoyed just watching the stuff that you guys do and listening to it. It's
thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah.
So how did you guys settle on I was hoping a little bit on the background information, because I see the finished product and I see the nice black room with the burnt in plasma TV logo and the nice microphones and all of that. How did this all begin? Because it couldn't have always started this well.
No, yeah. So we met in 2014, 2015, right around there. Became instant buddies, you know. And we'd both sort of been into survival, and oddly enough, survival video games. That's kind of where the genesis of a lot of this came from. And, I know it's so weird.
As a married couple, well, we're not married, but like it's always hard to get together. So it's like, well, we'll just do video games and chit chat, and that's kind of we were into the survival stuff a lot.
Yeah, so we actually, our first podcast, we had a podcast before this, and it was called Basement Nation, and we did video games. We talked about video games.
That's awesome.
Horrible. Was not successful.
We didn't know what we were doing.
We had no idea what we were doing. We still don't know what we're doing, but it did not work out. And it sort of just morphed into us kind of getting more into survival, more into prepping. And I really don't know exactly how that transition happened. It was just kind of a gradual thing. And we decided we wanted to get into the prepping, into a podcast about that, but we did not want to be kind of the quintessential preppers yelling at you that you don't have enough ammo. You don't have, you're not churning your own butter. What the hell are you doing? And so we kind of wanted to split the difference. Like, we want to talk about serious stuff, but we want to have fun, and we want to be somewhere where anybody at any level of prepping can kind of come and get some good information and feel comfortable.
Yeah,
you know?
and share their information. It's just been a lot easier to do that with our group.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard a lot of, so you guys have, your backstory is from meeting in video games. Like, I know a lot of couples that got married from playing World of Warcraft or something. So yours is slightly different, where you started a preparedness YouTube and podcast station. So
it's kind of crazy.
And so, and you guys, I know you guys both have your day jobs that you do. I think you work like Kobe, you work like, I don't know, in video production or something. This whole studio that you're in, that's part of the gig. And then Cameron, are you in like medical or what?
Yeah, I'm a PA, so I just work in family medicine.
I was curious, so like, because in your podcast, they're oftentimes very entertaining, and sometimes there's I have some quotes from some of the recent podcasts that you had. Man. And I'm wondering, do you guys ever catch any flack at your day jobs for some of the stuff that goes on in the podcast? Because I know preppers are always I have to be super careful on my channel because I have my boss subscribes to my channel, and I have various coworkers. But on the latest last podcast that he had, I think Cameron was talking about the tactic that he had, and quote, "I've killed like 5 guys with this thing in the last week. It's been a crazy week." So how many guys have you killed this week with the tactic?
A couple tracheotomies went bad. None this week's been a good week.
Yeah, and then I guess all you guys usually in the podcast mention something about kids, and I think in the most recent podcast is you could trick them. Kids are dumb.
Kids are dumb. That's a recurring theme apparently on the podcast.
Yeah, and then in your most recent podcast, it was about EDC, and I think the quote on that one was, "It's the relocation when smaller is better." Was the Casual Preppers podcast. So, do you guys any what kind of flack have you ever gotten at work for some of the stuff that goes on in the podcast? And I'm just kind of curious about that part of it.
So so the podcast that we're doing is kind of part of my day job. So they're actually really, really good. My work is, they give me complete creative freedom to do kind of whatever we want, because I think they understand that this is the reason that the podcast has grown to kind of where it's at, is because we're ourselves. We don't hold anything back, and we have fun. If we're not having fun, then it's not fun for you guys to listen to. I mean, you can get this information from people who are way, way smarter than we are on this kind of stuff. So that's kind of our shtick, is to be entertaining. Well, we hope we're entertaining. Our wives don't think we're that entertaining, but that's kind of our thing. And so my work is actually pretty dang good about it.
Yeah.
How about you, Cameron?
Mine's kind of, if I have a patient that comes in, I'm like, "Oh, you listen?" Like, "Oh, you're recommending medicine? Well, didn't you say this on the podcast?" I was like, no, they're like, most people enjoy it and are entertained, and they don't really ever give me crap about it. But it's always a little awkward when some patients listen to it and like, "You're not very serious in real life. How do I take you serious?"
And he's got his finger in their butthole giving him a prostate exam, and he's like, you know what I mean? They're like, "I can't believe this guy's doing this to me right now." I don't know how people trust him.
I don't do that very often. Pretty tactical way to do this. Did you know?
There's a quote. There's the quote you can put up on the screen right there.
I could work on that during the next segment. I'll figure that out. In one of your recent podcasts that you guys had, you talked a little bit about your favorite conspiracy theories, and I think yours was you guys had some enjoyment on aliens. I think is what the ones that we were talking about. Can we talk a little bit about aliens in this live stream?
Sure, yeah, let's do it. What do you want to talk about? We are in no way experts in that field, but let's do it.
Is anybody a real expert in that field?
What are your thoughts? Do you have any firsthand experience or anything along those lines?
Look, so
all right, let's hear it.
We live in a place that's I'm sure you've heard. Have you heard of Skinwalker Ranch?
No.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay, so there's actually a new History Channel show out about Skinwalker Ranch. It's literally about 15 miles from our house. So this is a big deal kind of in our area, like aliens and
super weird. Lots of stuff.
Like weird stuff going on. So it's just super fun for us. What are your thoughts on aliens? Me personally, I think there are aliens. I don't know if they've been here. I mean, there has to be aliens. There's just the universe is too vast.
It's too vast
at this point, right?
But
so that
whether they're super intelligent or not, I'm sure there's like some creatures and stuff and some weird.
Yeah, if there's aliens watching us right now, they definitely don't.
There's
got to
be a smarter race than the human race.
Yeah. I've always been super fascinated with just space and like those large distances and stuff.
Yeah,
how long it takes light to get somewhere versus. So I don't know how all that goes, but I hope that they subscribe to Casual Preppers podcast when they do arrive.
The answer to everything is aliens.
Yeah,
she understands.
Let's see. Let me look at the comment section over here. Yeah. Yeah, so Rogue Preparedness is going to be coming on a little bit later. So I think that is an accurate statement. The answer to everything is aliens. So you guys are talking about, you had some cool stuff in your EDC video where you're talking about some of the things. I think, Kobe, did you have like the Rfid blocking wallet, I think? I was curious what brand that was that you have.
Yeah, so I've got the Silent Pocket. I recently just got this. It was about a week ago, so I've had it for about a week. And it's been fantastic so far.
Any money from you?
Yeah, nope, nobody's stolen any money. So it's been effective so far, so that's great. But Silent Pocket's great. They're actually a sponsor of the podcast, so use our code Casual Preppers. You're going to get a discount.
No, I heard you've mentioned in your podcast that basically you could use Casual Preppers as a discount code almost anywhere on the internet, and it might have some kind of discount.
Target. It may not work, but try it.
Amazon.
Just give it a shot. So for those of you watching the live stream, whenever you're shopping somewhere, make sure you put the coupon code Casual Preppers. It's probably going to work wherever it is. So
I'm pretty sure even if you go to the doctor, and you're getting a checkup, if you just mention our name, I think you get a little bit of a discount as well.
This shot's going to cost you less.
Yeah.
This pap smear cheaper today.
Yeah.
So
we're going to warm up the speculum for you.
Use metal and not plastic. Oh, okay.
I wrote in my notes just like let these guys go and don't say too much is what
that might be a bad idea.
Yeah, let's see. You also mentioned or something. I think there was in one of your podcasts where you were talking about if you were like locked up for COVID-19 and yet if you had to be stuck with, I think it was the Tiger King and I forget who the second person was. Tiger
King and
what was the other one?
Wasn't it? It wasn't Carol
Baskin,
was it?
No.
No. Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, our Q&A episodes get.
I can't remember who that was.
A little crazy in the Q&A episodes. So we basically have
those are awesome episodes. Those are must listen to.
Those questions.
Yeah. So I don't know who it was, but maybe someone in the comment section could provide something if you could be stuck with COVID-19 with Tiger King or blank. Maybe the late Boy Scout. Who would you want to be in there with? So.
Yeah. Our audience is they're insane. They're so much fun because our Q&A episodes every month, man, they just get out of hand.
Yeah, it was. When I was listening to it, I'm like, man, these guys, there's all these questions, spontaneous Q&A, and they're just right on it with everything. And that's when I started to get a little intimidated with this. But we're going through it, I think, pretty good so far. So.
Killing it, man.
Yeah. So let's see I'm looking at my notes over here. I'm also trying to keep an eye on the comment section. It's hard to balance everything. How do you guys plan out just your general, your podcast that you do? Because for me, I'm having to control the screens and keep an eye on the chat room and then try to make it look actually visual and everything. How much planning goes into each podcast that you guys release?
What do you think, Cameron?
Well, we use Google Docs to coordinate our notes so that we don't cover the same content. And that's probably, I don't know, we figured about 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe probably about 2 to kind of plan through the week for the next podcast.
Yeah. It's getting less and less each episode. We're getting better at, being able to get
We're remembering some of the things we talked about.
When we first started, honestly, we didn't know. I mean, the knowledge base was really, really small. So it's been a learning process for us throughout, the 136 episodes or whatever it is. But each one gets a little bit easier, but I'd say 2 to 3 hours per episode, depending on what the topic is. And
some are a lot easier.
Yeah, like Cam said, we have a Google Doc and we sort of write out a basic outline, and then we sort of usually we'll assign each of us kind of a section. Let us kind of go on those, and then just kind of riff off of each other as we get into the podcast. So
Yeah, and how do you guys? You guys have a ton of sponsors. It seems like you have, I don't know, dozens and dozens and dozens of sponsors at any given time. Is that stuff that you're constantly getting flooded with requests? Hey, I want to be your sponsor for the podcast. I know I have to deal with a fair amount of that for just product reviews, but I was curious how it goes for you guys.
Yeah, so recently that's definitely been the case. When we started out, it wasn't so much. We sort of had to go out there and find those brands that we thought that would, connect well with our audience and convince them that this was a good idea. And it's actually worked out pretty well because we've had some sponsors that have been with us for years at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, TechPack's been with us for probably 3 years.
Yeah.
Right now.
Beginning.
And so it's worked out really well. But right now we're getting inundated with emails almost, weekly. Hey, we want to sponsor the podcast. Obviously, this pandemic has sort of shifted people's mindsets and a lot of those different things. So
2% of them apply to the podcast.
Yeah.
Some of them are like, I want to talk about the Bible in the pocket. Can we sponsor your podcast?
Yeah.
There's a few weird ones, but.
Do you guys ever get the requests from? Sometimes I get ones because they go to the about section of the YouTube page and then they'll click on the email and then they usually start at like, hello dear or something like that, and then it's usually something completely not prepper related. Do you guys get some of those as well? Like makeup or I don't know.
Yep, all the time.
Awesome.
You realized you're an heir of an African multi-million-dollar now.
Cool. So I'm taking a look at the chat room really quick to see if do we have any questions, specific ones over here. Let's see. Ask them about the Bigfoot movie. I'm not sure what that means.
That was coming up. Yeah. American Prepper. Yeah. So we when did that come out, Cameron? The Bigfoot film
in the fall. It was like we wanted to hit around Halloween time, so it was like September, October.
So last year we got a wild hair. We've always kind of had an interest in Bigfoot. I mean, we don't take it that seriously, just like we don't take anything that seriously. But we
realized there's a lot more people that take it very serious.
Yeah,
we offended a lot of people.
Apparently, what we did was not great inside of the Bigfoot community. You have to take it very, very seriously. And like you said, we don't do that with anything. So we decided to take a couple of months and kind of look into the Bigfoot stories and go out and search for Bigfoot and kind of do it in our own way. And so we just threw together a little documentary about it and threw it on YouTube, and it's been relatively successful on YouTube, although I mean, lots of negative comments and things, but we kind of expected that.
Yeah. How many do you guys have your how's your troll population currently going on your YouTube channel? Do you have a fair amount of trolls?
Yeah, you got lots of trolls. I mean, I'm sure you understand you have to have thick skin to be on YouTube.
Totally. Yeah, I tell that to everyone that's starting off. Like, I want to have a YouTube channel, and you have to have very thick skin because people are just going to ridicule you on a daily basis for something you said like 7 years ago or something.
Go on and destroy people online.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to find. Let's see if I can find my mouse really quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm looking at the podcast, your YouTube channel. Looks like you have the video there. Am I missing it? Where's
which one are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Bigfoot one. Yeah,
in the third row there.
There it is. The Bigfoot.
There it is. The Bigfoot one. Okay, so the Bigfoot, a documentary podcast for preppers. Yeah, look at all those views. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we honestly don't focus on YouTube all that much. It's just sort of like a side thing.
Weird organism for sure.
Yeah, we have yet to figure it out, but apparently if you put up a movie about Bigfoot, you get lots of views.
Yeah. So. Cool. Look at this. This looks super pro.
It does look super pro.
I love the narrative. That's awesome. All right, so I'm gonna let me see if I can put a link in the chat room so people could go check out that Bigfoot video. I think I have probably
a lot of questions.
I think I have probably 1% of my viewers might be trolls, and some of my most loyal subscribers I think are trolls because they instantly thumbs down my videos and talk smack to me about whatever it is. But no matter what it is, what would you want to learn from an alien? That's from Sean.
Sean, that's a great question. Cam, what would you want to learn from an alien?
What's the average speed of a typical spaceship?
That's a good question.
That is good.
Yeah, well, what's the average speed? Nobody knows.
I wonder if they even deal. I wonder if they even deal with speed, or if it's just more like wormhole.
Miles per hour? Are you like light years per hour?
Can you let me know about quantum mechanics? Because I have yet to quite grasp it.
Yeah.
Trying to figure.
What do you really think of the human race? That's what I'd ask.
Yeah. Let's see. I know this. I know that there's been some of the theories with regard to aliens. Really, which is basically a bunch of seeds here for like aliens and they're just kind of watching us, seeing how we grow. Kind of like
I'm sure they're asking the questions right now.
Yeah, there's probably some alien in the chat room over here.
As an alien.
Let's see. The ape hesitant starting a YouTube channel. I don't want to have one feeling. I don't want to get hurt. Yeah, you definitely could get hurt having any kind of online presence.
Yeah,
because the internet's forever.
Podcast. I mean, not strictly YouTube. The podcast, it's the same thing. You know, you're not.
How do you get a troll in a podcast? Do they just email you, or how does that work?
Well, yes. Usually a review on iTunes or something like that is usually where those go. And you just got to learn that you're not gonna make everybody happy, and you're probably not even gonna make the majority of people happy. But there's gonna be that group of people that like what you're doing. So you just got to kind of keep doing it for them, keep doing it for you. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I love everything that you guys do. Even the tactical prostate exam, I think, is you might want to get the domain name pretty quick. Yes.
If you want to get YouTube hits, I think tactical prostate exam is probably high up on the list of things.
Tactical for every medical.
Yeah.
That would be an awesome video series, I think. Let's see. We have ask Cody, when is he going to shave his beard?
Oh,
so Kobe, when are you going to do that?
I honestly, I usually do shave my beard about once a month. I just kind of let it grow. And then I shave it, let it grow, then I shave it. If this pandemic gets worse and I have to wear a mask in like a very serious situation, I'll shave it.
Yeah.
I don't like doing it.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I'm not going to shave it unless it's really, I mean, it's game on if I'm shaving my little stubble here.
If you see me out and I'm like baby face, you know that stuff's going down. So
SHTF has arrived at that point.
It's here.
Do you guys have a specific bug out attire that's from Daniel?
Yeah, Cam likes a sundress. That's kind of how he likes to roll.
Nobody will ever deal with
nobody
mess with you.
Nobody. If you got a bug out bag and a sundress on and you're running through the hills, nobody's gonna touch you. Nobody's gonna even worry about you. I'm just gonna let you go. Bug out attire, I don't know. Depends on the season and what's going on, right?
Yeah. I mean, mine's probably comes down more to accessories. You know, like my belt. I always like the slide belt because it always has everything in it. Yeah. I don't wear a watch, so I don't ever know what time it is.
No, in the EDC podcast that you guys had, that was one of the key items was having a watch. I think that's what Kobe said, but you haven't integrated that into your EDC then.
I haven't either. I don't know what it is.
I don't like it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
When I'm like elbow deep in somebody's body, I'm just kidding. I don't do that kind of stuff.
The watch becomes cumbersome.
Yeah. I've lost so many watches that way. I just stopped wearing them after that point.
Once you lose one, it's like a lesson you learn one time. You know, you lose a watch.
Sandals. Yeah, tactical sandals are nice.
The Birkenstocks are the way to go when you're bugging out.
Sorry.
David understands.
Yeah, so David totally understands that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's do one more. Are you guys worried about the prep stolen from the bandits who are looking for preppers? How to avoid being targeted?
We just act like idiots, and then people don't really think we're actually doing any of this stuff.
Yeah.
The more stupid you look, they're like, oh, those guys aren't actually prepping. I don't know. I mean, that's something. I mean, you know, OPSEC is one of those things. Being the gray man, you don't want to go out there and tell everybody what you got. But I think that the benefits of what we do, like, you know, letting people, you know, have a look into our preps and the things that we're doing, the benefits outweigh that tiny thing that might happen if what is this?
Tactical sandals with
Molly between the toes.
Molly.
Great.
That would be
like that. But yes, you can only do so much, you know. I'm not.
Well, I got a little worried about just when there's a big run on guns. I'm like, a lot of people that just haven't looked into it, haven't spent the time researching it, are now going to be carrying possibly some firearms. That made me a little bit more nervous, but overall, everybody already in our town owns 50 guns, so it didn't really change. I didn't feel like I was any more threat here, but.
So are you guys able to talk about the next podcast topic that you have coming up? What's in the horizon for people that are just tuning in?
It's super exciting.
It's about as sexy as it gets. Are you ready?
Is it sandals with Molly webbing in the toes, or is it something?
Oddly enough, that was the whole topic. We're talking about
somebody hacked into our docs, I think.
Yeah. I know. Cybersecurity should be the next one, apparently.
Yeah, right.
We're talking about gardening for preppers.
Yeah.
Cool.
We figured it was a good time.
We wanted to talk about it for a while, just because, you know, people right now during the pandemic are probably looking. Well, I went to pick up seeds at lows, and like a lot of the common stuff that grows here in Vernal was gone, which is weird.
Yeah.
And so we were going to talk about gardening. Maybe starting your garden in the basement, in the garage, outside, like a normal person. But we're just going to talk about different things regarding that. So
I heard in Michigan, I think they're blocking. You can't buy seeds to start gardens.
I saw that. That's
so they're going to have a warning. You can't watch this podcast if you're located over there. I didn't get the reasoning behind that one, but
they don't get a lot of reasonings behind a lot of things that the government does.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, I
need 2 bags of seeds.
Well, cool. I feel like I've been chatting your ear off already, and we could keep going if we wanted to. But for those of you that are unfamiliar with Casual Preppers podcast, you have to tune into it. This is like mandatory podcast watching if you're a prepper. If you want to learn about preparedness, if you want to learn about gear, and you want to be entertained while you're doing it, you totally have to follow them.
Anything. Have something to listen to.
Yeah, if you want to. I've been enjoying just kind of drive when I safely drive into various restaurants and to pick up medications and stuff. I've been listening to Casual Preppers podcast, and it's just been awesome. My wife's she doesn't like me listening to the podcast, but
it's a great thing to listen to if you want to feel like you're smarter than most people, because you'll hear us talking and be like, "Man, I am intelligent.
I'm way prepped. These guys are."
It's a public service we're doing, so
yeah, so cool. Well.
Everybody feel comfortable.
Yeah, so I provided a link in the description box below. Again, they have a website that they said has been updated for a little bit, but it's still really good. It's better than mine, which doesn't exist. They have a book available that you could buy. They're thinking about having it available on Audible where they're narrating. I think that would be a cool thing. And you guys are available everywhere. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, you're there. And then iTunes, Stitcher, and anyone, whenever you're shopping, make sure that you use Casual Preppers. The coupon code, it works basically everywhere from what I've heard. So, and then make sure you guys check out the Bigfoot documentary, because they mentioned that they have had some people that have got offended by it. So we want to boost up the like count to help get the ratio a little bit better on that, because I think they offended some people with some of the content there.
Well, aren't you sweet? I appreciate
that. So any other things in the comment section?
Chris,
entertaining but informative.
I've got the Wii knives with me today. So Wii. That's what I got, Carissa.
Nice. I'm looking for Carissa's comment really quick. Oh, there we go. What EDC knives do you have today? There we go.
Yeah, there you go, Carissa.
There we go.
I changed my pants before I came, I'll be honest.
Pants. Yeah, let's see. We love listening to the show, guys. Casual Preppers
Daniel.
is where it is. Where it is at? Yeah.
Oh, Daniel, you're the nicest.
Well, cool. So we have some more guests waiting in the wings. So we sitting over here has been Prepper Potpourri, who's I've been a big fan of on her channel for about seems like a half decade now. And I don't know if you guys have met, but I'm gonna and we haven't even actually tested this to see if it works. Let's see if it works. Let's go Brady Bunch style. Okay, here we go. We have Prepper Potpourri.
Hey,
hi.
Mary Ellen,
how are you?
I was laughing backstage.
I'm glad you were laughing and not shaking your head.
Actually, I don't want to do this today.
Yeah, you Prepper Potpourri, you weren't offended by some of the tactical medical procedures that was discussed during this podcast?
No, not at all. No.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So, well, cool. Prepper Potpourri meet Casual Preppers. Casual Preppers meet Prepper Potpourri.
Nice to meet you.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. It's really awesome, and it went by really quick. Hopefully we could do it again. I feel there's a lot more topics that we could go over.
Yeah.
But again, everyone, make sure you subscribe to Casual Preppers podcast on their YouTube channel. They're everywhere. Use the coupon code, and it's super entertaining. Also buy the book too. And so anyway, I love everything you guys do. I think it's super entertaining. It's so valuable to the preparedness community to have people like you that are showing preparedness in a positive light that's fun and engaging. So
thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much for having us on. This was a blast. We'll do it anytime.
Anytime. And you guys are always welcome. So I'm just going to give you like an open invite. So if anytime you want to crash the live stream, I'll just keep an eye out for you, and then you just could crash it whenever you want.
So.
Cool. I like it.
Awesome, guys.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thanks a bunch, everyone. All right. Thanks.
See ya.
All right. See you guys. Oops. There we go. All right. I fixed. Got it. Hello, Prepper Potpourri.
Hello.
It's just the two of us now.
Okay.
How are things going?
Good. I had to correct one thing. Our governor did change. We are now able to buy seeds.
Yeah. Give us the latest and greatest information on that. So
yeah.
I heard about that, and I just totally didn't get the reasoning behind that. Do you have some insight?
No, I didn't at all. The thing is that if you knew how to go behind the scenes, like I was at a feed store,
Yeah.
I could buy all the seeds I wanted. Tractor Supply had seeds. You just couldn't go to gardening centers or maybe the big box stores.
Okay.
But she has now, the other thing we didn't understand why you could go in a kayak, a canoe,
Yeah.
but you could go in a motorized boat with your family that you've been quarantined with this whole time.
Yeah.
You could do that. And she has opened up golf courses. And now golfers got to get exercise. They can't be in a cart, so they can golf. They can walk 6 feet apart, but they can't be in a cart. And what else did she? Oh, now it's they say it's mandatory kind of to wear a mask if you go out, but if you don't wear one, you're not fined. So I think you're just going to be ridiculed by the other people. So
yeah, it's I guess one positive silver lining in all this is that it's now a little bit more socially acceptable to be able to wear masks out at the grocery store or wherever you go to. And it's a year ago, you would have probably been looked at a little oddly, but.
The funny thing is I have plenty of N95 masks. I've always had them, but I don't dare wear one out because it would look like, oh, why didn't she give that to the hospital? Why didn't she? So I'm just wearing this like little surgical mask that doesn't do any good for me, but will protect others for me because, I don't want to have people pointing their fingers.
I've been getting a lot of flack from people because they know that you're a prepper, and then they're like, hey, well, why aren't you giving your mask out to everyone? Have you been receiving that? Because I know I have. So.
No, because actually none of my family watch my videos, and
that's a common theme, I think, for a lot of us content creators. Is that
and no one at work or whatever. So no, I'm kind of a closet prepper to my family.
I think that's probably the best strategy to have. Well, this is actually the first time I think we've talked with each other for years now, but this is the first time we've actually talked live over the air. So this is an awesome treat. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Prepper Potpourri's channel, let me get it up really quick over here on my fancy streaming software. Let me fully leverage it. So a few months back, you did a really cool video. I think it was ahead of its time because you were talking about how you don't need to have a bug out bag. And I think that, and at the time I was like, I have a whole playlist on bug out bags. But then during this current situation, we found that, no one's really used their bug out bags during this. It's been more of a bug in approach. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about your kind of philosophy behind some of that particular decision and what your thoughts are during the current shelter in place.
Sure. I think one of the things is, I love making kits, including I love your Altoid kits. And so I had a bug out bag, but really it was a get home bag because let's be honest, I'll be 65 in June. I'm not going to go, calibanting out in the woods and live for 3 months eating mice and squirrels or whatever. So, it's just not me. So the truth is though, where we live in Michigan, you have to worry about earthquakes.
Yeah.
You might have to bug out, but where I live, if you have a tornado, you bug out to your basement. Okay. Yeah. You don't leave your house. We don't really, where I live, there's not a danger of flooding. There could be aliens. That is a possibility, or there could be a gas leak, which again would be just a very, hopefully, small time leaving your house. There could be a fire, and I have had a house fire, and that was before I had a bug out bag. But, for most things, you're going to be in your house, or you're going to be using your car kit, which to me, my car kit is kind of like a get home bag.
Yeah.
But you having, earthquakes, that's a little different.
Yeah. For me, like a bug out bag, it could be just bugging out to your driveway for a lot of the scenarios. Like if your house is on fire, if there's an earthquake, it doesn't mean like automatically you're trying to go into the woods or something like that. So anyway, when you did that video, I thought it was so ahead of its time it's been totally applicable during the current situation right now, and makes sense for a lot of people. So I thought that was really cool. One of the cool things on your channel, I think all of our channels, we kind of all do our own piece of the pie with regard to preparedness, and there's some people that are in the tactical side of it or in the knife side of it. I kind of gravitate towards gear organization, I guess. And you have a wide variety of content that you're producing where there's stuff with regard to a lot of pantry and cooking and things like that. What's your going into making your YouTube channel? What was like your overall thought process and theme as far as what what your niche was going to be in this particular preparedness world?
Well, I'm a bit ADHD, so whatever grabs my attention at the time. I got into me having a YouTube channel because of you.
Oh,
you had this contest, and it was
the holiday dinner one.
No, before that.
Oh, before that. Okay.
You had for a backpack that had a shield in it for in case someone would be shooting at you.
Yeah.
And it was an expensive backpack you were giving away. I thought, that's so cool. But you made people do a video. And I thought, I want to be in on this. I'm not going to tell you what my name was then because it was the worst video ever. But I did one. And then my youngest son says, oh, God, Mom. And I said, Kate, this is bad. I think I can do better than this. And that's how I got involved in it. I just thought, I got to be doing better than this. So anyway, I teach online too at the local university. So I should have been able to make better video, but I couldn't. But it's because of you that I have a channel.
Oh, that's awesome. So I'm super flattered by that. I've always been impressed that, so you do this kind of speaking stuff as part of your day gig, because you have flawless narratives during your presentation. and I'm just trying to struggle not to say no.
I cut out the swear words. Okay, they're there, but they're just.
I have some bloopers as well that they don't exist. But on the live stream, I have to try to keep it together for an extended period of time. So can you talk a little bit about like your background as far as like on the day job as far as that goes?
I'm an essential worker, and we didn't know we were essential until this happened. I own a medical billing firm, so we bill mainly for surgeons, and we're considered essential. So I went to work every day while everybody else in my household stayed home. And there's a little bit of jealousy because, I'm talking to people and they're going, oh, I got my garage cleaned. I did this, whatever. And I go, I went to work. Yeah. But I have a medical billing company. I also just teach maybe one course a term or a year even at the local university on healthcare management or ethics. But I have a lot of interests. I have been a gardener for a long time. I like to can, dehydrate, freeze food, try different recipes, and I do like making little kits. That's my hobby side of prepping, I guess.
Yeah, the kits are, I guess for me too. I mean, as you know, that it's definitely a lot of fun. It's addicting to try to. For me, it's like a grown-up prepper Tetris almost. We're trying to. How am I going to fit all this stuff in this little kit over here? So I've made a whole channel basically off of my obsession with kits. Yeah, I was looking at the videos. I think I have it up here on the broadcast. Where there's some videos on gardening. There's some on cooking. There's some on your pantry. There's canning stuff. I see you have your pandemic kit editions, which is pretty awesome. It looks like you're able to have a lot of fun on the things that you produce over there. Do you have any? Can you talk with some of the upcoming projects? Maybe if we could get a behind the scenes or sneak peek at what's coming up next for Prepper Potpourri?
Well, I have been doing a weekly update on what's going on here in Michigan because everybody's sharing what's going on in their area. And I think that's really good to try to get a more United States type view or even continent view. But I am going to be making something on backyard chickens because one of the things that happened was people couldn't get eggs anymore. And all of a sudden they thought, if I had chickens, I could get eggs. And yes, you can after waiting 5 to 7 months. But so I'm going to do it on, is it a good idea to have backyard chickens? What you need to know, that type of thing. A lot of hints on gardening right now because it seems like we're almost going back to the victory garden time. Start a garden. That's easy to say, but if you've never done one before, you need a little help and encouragement. So I'm going to be doing things on that. And there'll probably still be canning. Like I said, I don't have long list of things. All of a sudden something will say, oh, that's interesting, and I make a video on it.
I think what I've really liked about your style and delivery on the videos that you do is we're living in kind of stressful times with everything going on in the news and the stuff that we hear on Twitter and online, and the content that you're providing provides a calming reassurance that which has been really nice, and it's been a breath of fresh air because a lot of things, at least lately, seem so panic driven. So is that just your general nature, or what do you have a certain philosophy that you try to do for those kind of things? Because for me, it's been very nice.
I don't take anything too seriously. I grew up in a family that if you fell and broke a bone, we go, oh God, that's terrible. And then we take you to the hospital because we just dealt with everything with humor. That's the way it was. And I see people right now that are saying that this is the worst thing that's happened to them and, whatever. And, to me, this is SHTF light. It's not pleasant if you're quarantined. Yeah. It might be the worst thing if you have it and you're in the hospital or a loved one does. That's different. But this isn't the worst that's going to happen. Depending on the future, much worse can happen. So why not just don't get so upset over what, elected officials do, and just deal with it and try to find ways to enjoy life every day. I think you'd just be a much happier person.
Yeah, so love it. So I was trying to keep an eye on some of the comment stuff. A lot of people are talking about. I see a lot of gardening stuff and tips over there for that. So cool. So the upcoming we have Rogue Preparedness and Mama Bear Preparedness who are going to be coming on shortly, and I thought we're all big fans of you, and so I was going to bring them on very shortly. I thought I'd do a couple little comments here in the comment section. Let's see what people are having to say over here. Let's see. I just subscribed. Want to start off my first garden. I planned it for months, and now I'm going to build my boxes. Need tips for beginners, new hobby. Any tips that you have for Carrie then?
The first thing is don't do what I always did, which was too big. When I planned my garden, it was beautiful in Excel. It really was. It was gorgeous. Yeah. And then I started making it and realizing, and then once you plan it, started weeding it and taking care of it. So first start with something sizable so you can have fun doing it and you enjoy it instead of becoming a chore.
Mm-hmm. And we have Mandy. Mandy's been in the live stream the whole time. Everything she says, 100% true. Such a smart and sweet woman. That's awesome.
Nice.
Well, cool. Well, let's see. So we have Sandy over here. Love you, Prepper Potpourri. So that's good. You have a lot of fans. No one. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Prepper Potpourri in the history of YouTube. So, do you have any trolls that visit your account though?
No, and that's how I know I'm not famous and I haven't made it.
Yeah, that's I remember when I first started getting mine, then I was a little discouraged because they were like, they're so mean. But then people were, that's a good sign. That's when the channel's starting to go pretty good. So hopefully we'll get some more trolls that come on. No, never mind. If we want to keep Prepper Potpourri clean, so a pure channel. So let's see what over here we have Happy Prepper. What plants do you recommend to grow?
Well, that all depends where you live and what you like to eat. So, you have to know what zone you live in, and I'll do something on that. But think about this. If you're worried about a shortage, then grow what you think is going to be short for your family that you're not going to be able to get. Maybe it's potatoes. Then just have a potato garden. Just grow things. I mean, tomatoes to me are the easiest thing to grow, and they're very versatile. I mean, you can grow them on your patio or you can grow them in your garden and do so many things with tomatoes with freezing and cooking that I think everybody should start with tomatoes. But if you don't like tomatoes, that wouldn't be a good choice.
Yeah, looks like the late Boy Scout just subscribed to Prepper Potpourri, so that's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, late Boy Scout was our first guest on the live stream. So, so speaking of some fellow YouTubers, we have some fellow YouTubers over here that we're going to be bringing on. They've been waiting in the wings over here. We have first up, let me get my software up and ready. So we have Morgan from Rogue Preparedness, and you know each other, and we also have Mama Bear Preparedness. So this is so we're really going all like the Brady Bunch theme, like Casual Preppers podcast. So this is the first time I've had 4 people on at the same time. So welcome, ladies.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So thanks again. Thanks Morgan and Mama Bear for being on the stream. Now we have a special celebration that Mama Bear Preparedness just reached 1,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel, which is a big deal. So congratulations. In the comment section, make sure you congratulate. That's a big milestone that I remember my 1,000 subscribers. I'm sure Morgan and Mary do as well too.
Huge! I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I first learned about your channel from Rogue Preparedness. And so it's like the circle of life just keeps growing. And
Morgan was my first collaboration when I had 10 subscribers.
And I know that Morgan and Prepper Potpourri have been in communication for years too, in various chat rooms and everything. So it's kind of cool that we're all over here now talking. So.
All my favorites.
Yeah. So I was going through some of the chat room stuff. Let's see. We have Bexa 505, women preppers. Yeah. So.
Yes. Go women preppers.
Cool. And we have over Jefferson Martial Arts, 3 of my favorite channels. So cool. So again, congratulations to on Mama Bear on reaching 1,000, and we're looking forward to having you reach 10,000, 100,000, and then to take over the entire the internet.
Can't wait.
Let's see. We love the all girl team. We have Hector from Puerto Rico just subscribed to Prepper Potpourri. And, yeah, then we have Dutch McLeod. Yeah, look at all this stuff. So cool. Well, so Prepper Potpourri, I forget. I think I was asking as far as the next video that's coming out. What can you talk? Did we already go over that? All my notes are kind of running into with each other now. So what's the next? Okay? We already got that one. So okay, so let's do some random Q&A from the comment section, and I have some general questions too. Prepper Potpourri, we have a lot of people that are in the chat room and that watch that are interested in starting their own preparedness channels. What is your advice to people wanting to start this from the ground up?
The first thing is make a video that you enjoy, something that you know about, and don't worry about how many views you're going to get, because you might not get that many in the beginning, but make something that you have content that you want to share. To me, it's all about sharing the knowledge, because we all learn from each other. So make it, put it up there, maybe tell your friends and relatives, maybe they're better than my friends and relatives and they'll watch it. But you just got to start, and you'll get better as you go.
So Morgan, do your family and friends watch your videos, or are you a closet prepper like Prepper Potpourri is?
I do have a couple friends that watch it, and it's really intimidating actually, because I don't know that they'll watch it, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, I watched a YouTube video," and I'm like, "Oh god, no, why? I actually know somebody that watches it." No, it makes me very anxious. When I actually meet someone face to face, I'm like, I've had a couple people actually approach me in person and be like, "Oh my gosh, I've watched you on YouTube," and I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I'm so weird about it.
Yeah, but, has anyone else gotten? I get recognized. I keep a consistent look, so I guess that helps with getting recognized. But does anyone else get spotted out and about?
I actually work at a school, and I had one of the 5-year-olds come up to me, and she's like, "My mom watches you on TV," and I'm like, "Okay, thanks."
That's cool.
Nice.
So, Morgan, how did you find Mama Bear Preparedness' channel? Because I learned about Mama Bear Preparedness through you, and so you found it, and then I think and you and Prepper Potpourri were already connected at that point. I was curious, how did you find Mama Bear Preparedness, and can you talk a little bit about that backstory?
I think she was commenting on my videos, and I was all like, "Who is this?" And so I always look people up, and especially if they're commenting more than multiple times, I usually look you up, and I want to see who you are, see if you have a channel and subscribe or whatever. And so I'm pretty sure you were commenting, and I looked you up, and I really liked what I saw. And y'all my type of people, Mom, Pepper, and so
yes,
I just wanted to get the word out about you. So yeah, that's basically it.
Now, Prepper Potpourri, there a few days back you were talking about. It sounded like you were a little under the weather. And how are you feeling now? I was a little worried about that.
Well, I just had a sore throat, and 14% of COVID has sore throat. So I had made these rules at work. If you have any symptom, you can't go into work. It drove me about crazy, to be honest. But it really wasn't that bad. But I had to wait. And I learned that if you're working from home, you work a lot harder. It's like you don't get any break, it seems like. I was very happy to go back into work.
Yeah, it sounded like it might have been a pollen-related thing too that was going
Allergies,
on.
probably, yeah.
Allergies. So let's see. We have a question for the ladies. What is your favorite area of prepping? first aid, cooking, bushcraft skills. Mama Bear, what's your favorite area of prepping?
Definitely food storage. I'm a big canner. I love my pressure canner. So everything I can get in the pantry, I'm having fun doing that.
Yeah. What about you, Rogue Preparedness?
I really go through phases. I love it all, but right now I'm really, really into the bushcrafting and survival and primitive stuff. Like especially living in an RV, where I don't have a lot of preps. I really want to learn a lot of that more kind of primitive stuff, just because that's kind of what we're dealing with a lot. And so that's what I'm really into right now. But I love all of it. It's all good stuff.
And Prepper Potpourri, do you have a favorite?
Again, it's my ADD. No. I mean, food pantry is always important to me, because I think we found that maybe guns aren't as important as the food you have in your house for this type of disaster. So I think always building my food pantry is important, but learning something new, I think, is the most important.
Yeah, makes sense. We have another question here from Carrie. What did the girls recommend for personal protection? As a single female, I want to be prepared for the day I need to carry my Glock when I'm out and about to shop or barter. Fanny pack or holster? I know Mama Bear and Rogue are both. That seems like this is right up your alley.
My recommendation is anything that you're comfortable with. My personal preference isn't anything that can be taken off my body, so I probably wouldn't go with a fanny pack or a purse or a backpack. But if carrying something is better than carrying nothing, so whatever you're comfortable with is what I would recommend.
Okay, Rogue Preparedness, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. You really have to, expanding on what she's saying, if you don't like it, you're not going to use it. Especially if even if it's in a defensive situation or something, if you're not comfortable with handling it, using it, whatever you get, it doesn't matter. The type of gun, you have to be comfortable carrying it. You have to know how to conceal it if that's what you're going to do. You have to get training with it. You really, really, really got to, get down with it and be super comfortable with it. There was a long time when I first started to get into guns and carrying when I didn't like carrying it. I just didn't like anything about it. And so then I got super comfortable with it, and now it's just habit. I do it every day. So, it could take a little bit to get to that point, but you have to be comfortable with it.
And Rogue, you've been going the Sarah Connor route a lot. So as far as if you guys still follow, I think we're all on Instagram together. Can you talk a little bit about this photo over here? I got a kick out of this one. This is your Sarah Connor.
I don't know. I saw a picture one day and I'm like, I want to recreate that. And I just got outside and recreated it. And so I thought it was just fun.
Prepper Potpourri, are you thinking of doing a similar style for Instagram?
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with my own style on this. But talking about holsters and stuff, man, you'll try a whole bunch. I mean, the bra one, I forget what it was called. It was the most uncomfortable thing you'll ever carry for me. And some people have built it in an undershirt. Some people, and a lot of it depends on what gun, on what you're wearing. If you're wearing a skirt, you might want something different. If it's black, and what type of gun do you always carry the same gun? I mean, why would someone buy a Glock? I just don't understand that. 1911s are the way to go. But anyway,
my girl.
Very individual.
Yeah, and like today, I have a tank top on, and I'm carrying in a tank top. But I do have a lot of videos on my channel trying different styles, different kinds. It just depending on what you're wearing, where you're going, what you're doing. It depends on what's most comfortable carrying.
Let me go over to Mama Bear's Instagram, because you're always showing different carry styles and stuff for the videos.
Yes, I'm all about promoting women protecting themselves. So
yeah,
any opportunity I get to share that.
Very cool. I saw one. There's a few different questions here. I was trying to get to them. We have from Hector from Puerto Rico. We have ladies, what is your favorite menu for the lockdown?
I am all about Spam, egg, and potato breakfast tacos. Like as often as I can eat them.
Wow.
Coming up with reasons to eat Spam. I don't know why. It's my guilty pleasure food for sure.
Prepper Potpourri, I imagine you have a pretty fancy lockdown menu. Do you have anything that you recommend?
Last night it was a 16-inch pizza from Sam's Club. Today, my husband is making the meal, actually. But no, it's regular cooking. It's no difference. We have 2 freezers, and we have plenty of meat and supplies here. So it really hasn't changed how we're eating much. We're not using our canned food any more than before. So.
And then we have a Dutch bike blogger. What should you carry when you are living in a country that does not permit owning a gun for self-defense? Any thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Mary. Go ahead.
I was going to say running shoes. I think is a very good thing.
Yeah.
I would actually say, really, there's a whole layer of defense. So there's first, avoidance is going to be, like Mary's saying, running shoes, it's funny, but, avoidance is really going to be your best bet. Don't be in those bad places, right? Don't be in the bad place at the bad time. But of course, we can't predict being in a bad place at a bad time either. So then there's situational awareness. That's another layer. It's being aware of your surroundings, the people, and everything. It's, and then you have to look at your local laws and figure out what you can and cannot carry. Like I know knives aren't real big in certain places. And so, can you get like a tactical pen or, like I think somebody, Mandy just said tactical flashlight, something like that. Now just real quick, the non-lethal options, you have to be really, really, really careful with them because sometimes it'll just make them angry instead of actually doing anything. So you have to, again, have that layer. What are you going to do with that flashlight? How easy is it to access? Are you training with this flashlight on a regular basis? And then what are you going to do once you strike that person with that flashlight? Are you going to, is that split second that you attack them with it, you're going to be running, right? So what's your plan of action, with those non-lethal options?
Yeah, it looks like the Apex Prepper enjoys Prepper Potpourri's 1911s with the way to go. Looks like we have Josh Wilson saying that Prepper Potpourri, I could totally see you wielding 2 6-shooters. I see a lot of comments in the comment section with regard to Mama Bear Preparedness, with the spam. People seem to like the spam overall. It's like Casual Preppers podcast is still there. What's your favorite podcast, prepping or otherwise? I think our favorite podcast is Casual Preppers Podcast. Make sure you tune in.
I think this was a fish for a.
That was sneaky. Let's see. We have Carrie. Thank you, Mama Bear Vids on goods. Yeah. Let's see. And a lot of comments. I'm trying to keep up with all of them. Canned hairspray and a lighter is from Rochelle. It's a good tactical one. Let's see. Here's a question there. You mentioned your freezers. How long can freezer meat be kept? I'm new to this. This is from Dina.
Well, according to the government or according to me,
according to Prepper Potpourri. More important than the government, Prepper Potpourri. So
I once found bacon 5 years old in my freezer. Sometimes things just drop. And it was good bacon. We had bought a pig before, so so I made it up, but I didn't tell the family till the next day. No one vomited or had diarrhea. So then I told them, "Hey, that bacon was 5 years old. Bacon was good."
Yeah.
So you look at the meat too. If you got freezer burn all the way through it, whatever, not a good idea. You should try to use it within a year.
Yeah. Okay. Within a year. Okay. So we have a question. How do you tackle a mini garden in an apartment with very little sunlight and very little room? Any thoughts on that?
I would say lots of pots and some grow lights.
Lights. Yep. Yeah.
Has anyone ever done like a grow light review? I don't know if there's that's not my community. So Prepper Potpourri, you have a video on that already.
I just did one. They had sent me. It was SGLED, and I am really impressed with the grow light. It is very powerful.
Yeah, I thought I saw this. Okay, this is a recent one. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it was great because I got it for free. So, but no, I had a different setup before, and I really like this. It's great. It has nice breadth of beam.
Yeah, it's very cool. So check out the one that I'll put a link. Sometimes I lose my mouse in the stream. Let me put a link in the chat room really quick. Here's Prepper Potpourri's video on the grow light. Perfect timing with that comment on there. We have Casual Preppers podcast. What's your favorite all-time movie?
Tremors.
Tremors. Yeah,
I love Tremors.
That's kind of a cool prepper movie too, because that guy had a pretty awesome underground bunker that he had for all the supplies. So, Mama Bear Preparedness, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, kind of embarrassing. I'm into dumb comedy, so I'm like a big Will Ferrell fan, and I just love Anchorman and Step Brothers. Those are probably my two favorites.
Those are both awesome ones. I love that too. Rogue Preparedness, what's your favorite movie of all time?
That's a really, really tough one. I'm trying to think of one that I've watched multiple times recently. I'm kind of geeky as well. One that I used to watch all the time was Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. I just thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched it recently, but I used to watch it all the time. So that's a fun one.
Very cool. So and mine's Back to the Future. That's my favorite all-time movie. So
one.
It's been the inspiration of my life. For I like all George McFly, Marty McFly, I even like Biff Tannen. So they're all very cool. So let's see. Let's do one more question. We have EDC TV coming up. He's a newer channel that I've been following for a while, and I've been watching him grow in the same way that Mama Bear Preparedness has grown over recently. So I thought, I'm going to really stretch the limits of this live stream and really get a lot of people going in here, because right now I'm outnumbered by the moms and stuff. How do you feel about several 5-gallon buckets on a balcony of an apartment for micro prepper garden?
I think it's great. Do what you can.
I think you might not even need 5 buckets. For some, you want to think of how deep roots go, because you're using up a lot of soil. So you could get by with 3-gallon buckets or even smaller. Yeah, sometimes you want them not shallow but wide.
Yeah, and you want to keep it right around 10 inches. So anything around 10 inches deep, you'll be able to grow something in.
Very cool. Let's do one more, and then let's bring on EDC TV to join the show. So let's see. I see Casual Preppers are doing a lot of comments in there. We have Late Boy Scout doing their songs. Is that a specific question? Dutch Bike Blogger with regard to Back to the Future 1, 2, or 3. The correct answer is Back to the Future 1 is the best Back to the Future movie of all time. The other ones are good, but they're not as classic for me. So that's the final answer. So let's see. I don't know if these are all just specific questions. These are just more comments, it looks like. Let's do one more comment, one more question. And again, I have links for everyone that's on this live stream right now, for Prepper Potpourri, for Mama Bear Preparedness, for Rogue Preparedness. If you go in the description box of this live stream, you could click on the links. It'll send you to their channel. Make sure you subscribe to them if you're not already subscribed to them, and watch some of the videos. We've been plugging some of them already. Rogue Preparedness has the recent video on making a DIY hand sanitizer, which I've been sharing with everyone because it's hard to find nowadays. Prepper Potpourri. Well, looks like we lost Rogue left. We'll get her back on in a second. But Prepper Potpourri has the grow light, which is just mentioned in the comment section. Mama Bear has a lot of information on various things that you should check out. The spam and the concealed carry for the ladies. Let's do one final question, and then we'll bring on EDC TV. Let's see. This is a question for Prepper Potpourri. This is how do you feel about hand-to-hand combat?
Well, only if it leads to love.
Awesome. Okay. Perfect answer. So we're going to try to get Rogue back on. Hopefully, we had problems on the last one, but with some of the internet connection, because she's a RV prepper and oftentimes all over the place. So. Well, let's bring on. We have another guest. We'll make this a little more exciting. So we have EDC TV, who has a YouTube channel fairly recent. Let's bring him on. Let's see. Is this working? I have a black screen right now. Don't see it. There we go. So, so Tommy from EDC TV, welcome. Meet Mama Bear Preparedness and Prepper Potpourri.
Hey.
Hi guys.
I just see.
I figured I would dress this way for the intro, because everybody in the last show had masks on, so
yeah,
I'm in
appropriate.
For it.
Yeah, we definitely have to follow social distancing in the live stream.
Mine match my shorts too, Cliff.
What's your short?
Shorts. They're camo shorts with my camo mask.
I love it.
Accessorizing.
Yeah, so that's it. How's everybody doing?
Great.
I just EDC TV. I just see a frozen screen, but I see you on it. And it looks okay. There we go. We're caught up again.
Okay.
we're testing the limits of the streaming software. So it looks like Rogue Preparedness, her internet dropped. So she's in chat room now only. So let's so EDC TV, how's it going?
It's going. We're doing well. How's everybody else doing?
We're all doing really well too. And so your channel, how long have you had your YouTube channel now? Because I've been slowly watching it, and you've been cranking out a lot of videos fairly frequently, a lot of Maxpedition reviews and stuff like that. How long have you been doing the channel now for?
I think it's been about 4 or 5 months, and I wasn't sure about getting into it, but as soon as it's like addicting. It's like 2 videos into it, I'm like, wow, this is what I want to do. So it's been exciting. It really has. Yeah.
So yeah, it was like a couple weeks back. I was looking. There was like 85 subscribers or so, and then then 150, and then 200. It looks like it's right around 300. And I know that Mama Bear just recently graduated to the 1,000 club of YouTube.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mama Bear, do you have any advice for EDC TV for? Because you're similar. We've all had our 300 subscribers. Threshold. So what advice do you have for EDC TV in addition to other people?
I would just say make connections, get together with other channels, make sure you're on social media connecting with your followers, and just get your name out there, your face out there as much as possible, make some friends and have fun at it.
So I put EDC TV, I put your logo there on the top over there. Yeah, for me, I've always been a big fan of just the channels that are up and coming and growing. I have a little thing over here. Back when I first started my YouTube channel, this is my tactical Viewers Choice Awards in 2011. I got best channel under 500 subscribers, and so I keep this on my desk and I look at it. So, and I always try to remember the channels that are the smaller channels that the big channels help grow and help encourage and stuff, and watch build. And so it's I think it's just fun to do that for the community. So. So I feel like Prepper Potpourri, I feel like we've been chatting your ear off for a long time. I don't know. Are you able to hang on a little longer, or is it okay?
Either way is fine. I do have to do some gardening a little bit.
Yeah. So, well, let's. How about we'll get. I'll let you get going, Prepper Potpourri. But I'd love to be able to bring you back, because it seems like there's a lot of interest in all of the topics that we've been talking about on the gardening and everything. We should have like a special round table gardening discussion with a variety of different personalities, YouTube personalities and preppers and stuff. Would you be interested in?
Oh, that would be fun. I'd love it.
I think you should just be like the one that leads that, and I'll just kind of listen and take some notes. So
okay. Sounds great.
All right, cool. Well, again, we're gonna let Prepper Potpourri go. She has some gardening to do. And it's been awesome having you on the live stream. And thanks so much, everyone. Make sure you subscribe to Prepper Potpourri. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So it's Mama Bear Preparedness, EDC TV.
Then there was 3.
Now then there was 3. It looks like Rogue Preparedness is in the she's having some internet problems, but she's in the chat room. Let's see if I don't see her in the other thing. So
the gives and takes of the nomadic lifestyle, huh?
Yeah. So Mama Bear Preparedness. What's some of the upcoming? You mentioned that you had kind of a little bit of a break because of COVID stuff and things going on. What can we expect next from your channel coming up next?
I think I'm going to take it back to the basics a lot and really encourage people to get their garden started and kind of appeal to those new preppers, because there's a whole new audience of people that are just getting started. So I think I'm going to take it back to the basics, do a lot of DIY prepping videos, a lot of gardening videos, and try to help those that are just tuning in.
Okay, so could we expect some this coming up this month or next month, or what? We all have to tune into it.
Hopefully this week. I'm getting back going, and I've taken some time off, but it's time to get back to it. So
well, I'm looking forward to it. So I feel like I've been chatting your off too, and I know you probably have things to do. I saw your son come in the live stream, which was awesome. I always love the cameo appearances. My daughter tried to storm the live stream, but I don't know, she's taking a bath or something. So she tried to stream the live stream, and I was like, no, you can't. Kick off YouTube for good now. So, well, for those of you that aren't already subscribed to Mama Bear Preparedness, make sure you subscribe to her channel. Also follow her on Instagram. Let me use my fancy software over here to show. That's not Mama Bear Preparedness. There's Mama Bear Preparedness. So a lot of information. Again, she loves spam. She she just hit the 1,000 subscribers mark, and various things for the concealed carry for the ladies, and food related stuff, prepping stuff. I especially liked when you taste tested the tuna fish that was flavored Chipotle tuna fish or something like that. That was my favorite. And she also appears in various rap videos if you ask her. So
yeah,
sure.
So, well, cool. Well, Mama Bear, I'm going to let you get back to things over at home, but it's awesome talking with you again, and hopefully you like to be back because it's fun to talk some more.
Yes, anytime. Thanks for having me on.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that. So, all right, guys, check out Mama Bear Preparedness. Thanks again.
Right. Take care.
All right, it's just us now.
That's it, bud.
I think we have. I know that we have the Apex Prepper, who's also been helping monitor the comment section and everything. We'll probably get him on too. Well, let's talk. So,
okay.
So what's your can you talk a little bit about your channel strategy and like what you're trying to bring to the table? Because I think we all have various things that we kind of specialize in. I know that you do a lot of the Maxpedition pouches and backpacks and things like that. What's kind of your overall tenets for your YouTube channel?
When I got started, I wanted to do, I got very into the EDC. Like I said to you, previous conversation, I watched every one of your videos. I watched tons and tons of other videos. And, I like being prepared. I've always have been. Organized and preparedness, I think, is the key to life. And so my channel, I wanted to focus on, being prepared everyday stuff, EDC, everyday carry. And, in the beginning videos, I did mention that, I was touching a little bit on if I was able to help people with health. I've struggled with major back problems. And also, since I moved to Florida almost 2 years ago, I got into firearms. So that's what my channel's, all about. I haven't really touched too much on, firearms and stuff. I don't want to jump all and, just give everything in the beginning. I want to stretch it out a little bit. I touched on, like I said, my back issues. Since 1999, I've had 19 spinal surgeries. So, if anybody's out, 19 spinal surgeries. I have literally around 2.3 million in surgeries, and I have about 200,000 inside me of titanium. I have 2 3-foot rods on each side of my spine with 46 screws. So, I'm not wanting to do that to say, oh, poor guy. I just, if people are out there that are, struggling with back pain, which is a horrible, horrible thing to deal with, I'm here for you. I put out my number, my emails. If people want to talk, that people don't realize that is a huge, huge problem with, just people. I don't think we were born to walk upright. And, the more we walk upright, the more we sit, like right now, you and I are sitting, that's actually the worst thing we can do for our spines. So, without getting into the gory stuff, that's about, it with the, those two. And then I really was excited about EDC. I really got into it by like I said, watching you and others, just being prepared and stuff,
that was going to be my next question on the name EDC TV, because we all love EDC. It's addicting. We like refining our gear and our setup on that. So is that kind of when you were coming up with, okay, here's what I want to do is the focus on EDC. And I know we're going to be doing an EDC check in a little bit for the live stream. I forgot to get it on the ladies over there, but I'm sure they have EDCs on. But so is that kind of your overall theme too as well? Like, can you talk a little bit about your thoughts on EDC then?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I love to carry stuff daily, to be prepared. Just a quick story. When we first moved here, I guess like 2 months just living here, I was driving the kids to school, and a car coming the opposite way of the road, young girl, she hits a ditch, and the minivan actually flipped 3 times from hood, trunk, and then landed in a tree and then went on fire right in front of my eyes. So right away, he pulled over, I dove out, I got her out of the car. I got her, they say don't move people, but when she was going to either burn or get her out. So I said, let me get her out. And, I had some, bottled water in the car and stuff like that. But afterwards I said, man, I wish I could have had something to stop her bleeding and this and that. And, I said, I got to be more prepared, So then I took it to the whole next level of not only my EDC bag prepared, but I have a bag in the car. I have my bug out, and there's different degrees of bug out. There's 72 hours. There's, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. So I have all different type of stuff. And I just dove, Cliff, right into this. And what was really fun was, I started carrying way too much. And I said, wow, you know what? My bag's 28 pounds. I can't carry this around daily with a bad back. So I had to find my, happy medium of what really do I need to carry. Carrying a firearm, I always make sure I have a tourniquet on me. Quick clot, those important things. Because one of the YouTubers said, if you're able to put a hole in somebody, you should be able to patch them up too. So
that's that's a great quote. Wow.
Isn't it? I love it. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
We have a Cascadian Preparedness. EDC, are you moving back to the Northeast because of the injury?
I'll say yes and no. I mean, I moved here for the warmer weather, which obviously helped the back. But unfortunately, I go to my doctor. I fly to New York every few months for, x-rays, and he monitors me very closely. And I may need number 20 surgery in the next, I guess, maybe 8 to 12 months. So yeah, it was I've had, since we moved to Florida 2 years, I already had 2 surgeries, and I had to fly back and forth. And you know what? It was too much to do. Flying home with a big neck brace and back brace on was just not good. So yeah, it is. I am moving back. That is one of the 4 reasons of going back.
Yeah, it looks like there's other people in the comment section they also have some back issues as well. I know I haven't had really any back issues, but the one time that I threw out my back, I mean, you're done. You can't do anything with it if your back's messed up. It's like, so I can't imagine having to live with that, as you're mentioning, on a daily basis, and all the procedures and stuff like that.
What's wild is, Cliff, is I don't have any more discs in my spine. So in between each vertebra is a disc, and when that disc, I have degenerative disc disease. So the discs, they call blacken, which they dry up like a prune. So mine dry up and then become nothing. So now you have bone on bone grinding. So in my spine, I have no more discs. It's all bone shim and solid fusion. So it's interesting. It is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't like talking about it because I don't want sympathy or anything. I just want to be out there. If people need advice, should I do the surgery? Should I not do the surgery? What helps? What doesn't help? I just want to be able to help people.
Man, love it. Man, that's you have a great attitude on that. That's I didn't know all that backstory on. You mentioned something about back, but I didn't know to that extent. And looks like the Preparedness guy loves that quote. If you're able to put a hole in somebody, you should be able to patch them up too.
Yeah, I don't remember who said it, but it is pretty cool. To that quote, I like it.
Well, let's see. Again, so it's sometimes hard operating all the comments and the banners and the video stuff like that. But it's what time it is now. It's EDC check time.
Let's do it.
EDC TV. It's the name of your channel.
That's it.
What's on your EDC for a live stream?
Okay, so we're gonna start off with the watch. I have the Garmin Instinct. It's called, I think. Cool. It's a great watch. Monitors actually health. Body, heart rate, and all that stuff. I have my little handy dandy paracord bracelet. Let's see. Let's go to the pocket dump.
There we go. Look at that keychain. Oh man.
Yeah, we didn't even get to that one yet.
Okay.
The Benchmade Griptilian. I just got this. Love this knife. It's a good one. Yeah. Unbelievable.
I have that one too.
I saw yours before your Olight. Yep. The S1 Arbiton, I think it is.
Yeah.
That's a great light. Also, I got into this now recently, just carrying, I saw some guys carrying coins around, like special coins. This is a Second Amendment coin. It says it on the back. So, it's just like a good luck thing I keep on me. Everybody was talking about pens before. Yep. I carry the Maxpedition. This is aluminum. Steel pen. It unscrews here, but it also is a tactical pen. So you get 2 in 1. I also love to keep my Write in the Rain pad because you're always writing down notes and stuff when you have good ideas for videos. My Second Amendment hanky, which I just use for wiping stuff down, nothing, no blowing nose or anything.
Your pandemic
like that.
Mask if need be.
Yep. I have my Maxpedition little pouch, which my cell phone goes in. But obviously I'm using the cell phone now, so this is great. I don't leave home without it.
No, when is Maxpedition going to start sponsoring your?
Cliff, I don't know, man. I would love to do some collab with them, but I think they're too big for my little channel.
Just keep doing the videos. That's going to happen.
That's it.
Yeah.
So then here's the keychain. The keychain is very plump. Car key. I just got the Bit Vault. I did a review on this. I don't know if you've heard or seen about it, but it's a quickly you pull here, you release all your different bits in here and everything. So nice. You have, your screwdriver right there next to you. Backup flashlight is always good to have backups.
Yep.
Backup little pocket knife, Gerber shard. And then my Ever Ratchet, which is a really cool little device. I don't know if you've seen those. I
don't have that specific one. No, that's.
Oh, then I'll have to send you one, my friend. It's really cool. It's like a ratchet capability. You put your little drive, your bit, your Phillips or whatever, and then as you spin, it actually goes click, 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 and it ratchets when you need to screw and really tank down on something. So it's pretty wild. I love that. The other thing, which I think the bigger brother was on on your rap video, but this, and I have a video on this. This is actually my wallet. It's the Maxpedition Micro.
Nice.
And I say my wallet is because I keep everything inside here. I have my credit cards, my cash. Always need a Sharpie. Got a backup pen, the Zebra pen. My micro card there to keep some files on. A Bic lighter because, as you taught me, always got to have fire. And another cool little thing, which I got from Keyport. It's, you see this little thing here, and it comes with all add-ons. You can add on and build, but this has my USB charger. It comes right out, and you can charge your phone wherever you are, and it just nicely locks right into place.
Yeah, let me. So that's let me get on the camera again really quick. So you said it's from Keyport. So is it this one here? Same one?
Yeah, absolutely. They make a bunch of different ones.
Yeah.
Some of them it has on my other pad it has a knife to it, a flashlight part, and they all clip together really nice and neat, which is pretty cool. And then, I'm always big on wet ones, and obviously, like you always taught us, you got to be prepared. So I got my wet ones and everything in the back pouches. I have a little tweezer in case my kids get a little splinter, but that's my actual wallet. People don't believe me. That's my wallet. That goes in my cargo pocket, and that's it. I don't use a little folding thing or anything. So I love this idea.
I think it's great. I have never really heard anyone talk about like those Maxpedition mini pocket organizers being their wallet, but that's how you're leveraging it. Looks like Beck loves the Keyport too in the comment section.
Yeah, it keeps in there. I mean, look, it's not that thick. It's no thicker. Maybe it's a little thicker than an average wallet. But again, you have everything here. If I run out of the house, this is everything I need. I don't have 100 different things in one pie in all the pockets. Everything's nice and together.
Looks like
which I love.
Prepper says that we should do a collaboration video on the Keyport because we both have it. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's funny. A little backstory for everyone that's for EDC TV and I've a few months ago now. I did a rap video, which just goes hand in hand with prepper things. And at the time at EDC TV, we were trying to figure out an opportunity to collab. And, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to be in my rap video?" And you're like, "Sure, I'm into rap." And so then I wish I could bring it up for let me see if I could do that really quick.
Sure, let's do it.
We're talking, but that was I can't play the audio because it'll make everything echoey. But let's see.
I want to take just a second if I could show you and the guys. This is
look at that.
Maxpedition. This is my everyday carry. Basically, this goes with me everywhere I go. And I did some add-ons. I did the sheath compartment back here for my Leatherman. Then the front here is a separate pouch, which I Molly webbed together. And this you flip this down, this flips down, and then I have all my driver's license, my CCL, and everything nice and handy there, along with some tissues, Band-Aids for my kids. And inside, which I love, which was on your video, was my, let me just get this for you. This was the pack that was in the video. This is the star of the video. No, just kidding. You were the star.
Oh, no. That pack was really, that was up there though too.
So this is my pack. This now is like the next level of what my wallet pouch is. This brings it to the next level. But again, I don't keep it on my person. It stays in my pack. Of course, my medical pack. And this will have all my aspirin, Tylenol.
Hey, look at all of this. You are EDC TV. Look at that's all.
I am, right? I mean, definitely. I mean, Tide Pen, Tylenol, Advil. I don't want to bore you. Chapstick, tweezers, medicine for my children. And then because kids always getting hurt, I have this little baby here first aid kit, which is wild, organized, labeled, and everything. So that's basically my bag that goes with me everywhere I go. So like I said, I am prepared for whatever comes my way. And, inside this bag, I won't take it out, but it has a tourniquet. Like I said, if you can put a hole in somebody, you got to be able to help them and patch them up.
That's like the quote of this live stream is if you
good, take it, man.
We're totally stealing that. I don't know who made it.
Steal it, baby. It's not mine, but I love it.
I could put in, here's like the rap video with coming up with EDC TV, where there's Apex Prepper. There we go.
There you go. There I am. There
it is. And there's my kids too. So.
Oh, the kids are adorable, by the way. Oh my God.
They love being involved. They love that their dad does YouTube videos and stuff. So
that's awesome.
Well, we have some during this live stream. We've been going on for 2 hours now, a little over. Should probably start wrapping it up in a little bit. But we've had some unsung heroes that they've been holding down the fort in the chat room. Sometimes the chat room could get a little unruly, but we have the Apex Prepper and Austin Chambers, author of the book Cascadia Fallen, and I think they're both available now to hop on the live stream. Let me see if I can get it working. We're going to have a join EDC. Austin, can you hear us?
Hey guys.
Hey, can you hear me?
You good? I hear you, Apex Prepper. I hear you. I just see Austin staring at us. That's all I see.
Well,
Austin, are you there, or is this
there he goes.
This virtual reality, Austin?
It kind of comes and goes, doesn't it?
While we're waiting for, I mean, what I see is just a frozen screen. Oh, we lost him. Okay,
he'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah, let's do a couple of quick best rapper of all time. EDC TV. What's your thoughts?
Oh man, it's got to be Biggie and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
See, I grew up with Sir Mix-a-Lot and Too Short because I'm 5'3", so
I lost you, I think.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah, we definitly hear you, EDC TV. If you hear us, I think Tupac's probably up
Tupac.
there. Although, man, I don't know if you guys are up on the rap game, but that Eminem video that he did for Godzilla, he does this amazing like cadence in there where it's like nonstop rapid fire. It sounds like a machine gun, like 30 seconds nonstop with all this like eloquent lyrics and stuff. It's just pretty amazing. So he's going to be up there but right now his career's still going. So I think for all time they have to be retired at the time. I think kind of like when you start talking about the GOAT, but we'll see what happens years from now. Anyway, never thought we'd be talking about, looks like the late Boy Scout says Q-tip is the correct answer. So, so there's some controversy. Okay. Yeah, it looks like American Prepper also agrees that Q-tip is there. Carrie is missing the wrap over there. We're still waiting for Austin. I know that he was having some problems with getting set up with the browser. Let's see. We have Carrie C. I'd like collaboration. Carrie C. We want to thank you for being so active in the chat room and being in all these live streams. We appreciate.
Yeah, and Carrie, she's been asking about blogging and stuff. Yeah. So I mean, do something. Yeah. Everybody has a voice,
his
right?
Audio's not
and everybody
and I can't hear him.
And everybody's voice is different. You could cover the same topic, but everybody has their way of saying it. So don't be afraid. Have fun. I think that's going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah, and it looks like I don't think EDC TV cannot hear the Apex Prepper, but I think you can hear me, right?
I can hear you, and I can hear.
I'm gonna relay what everyone says, so we're all up to date. Looks like Cascade and Preparedness that says iPad is a little too glitchy. He's gonna be trying on the Mac. Let's see. The Dutch Bike Blogger is asking, what kind of car was that in the rap video? So that was actually my wife's. It's like a Jeep. I forget what the exact car. Let me put it over here like this.
That was a badass Jeep, man.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was a pretty nice one, and it looked perfect for a rap video.
Yep.
See, yeah, that's the one he's talking about there.
Nice.
As you can see, I'm totally gangster. Hopefully we get off.
Well, I got to say, your wife does know cars. I think maybe better than you.
Yeah, she does. She totally knows cars. So last week, the Apex Prepper got on the phone with Mrs. Urban Prepper, who very rarely speaks. EDC TV. We'll try to get her on the phone with you too, so you could talk. But they were talking for. It seemed like you guys were talking for an hour because I was going.
Oh yeah, we talked for like an hour and a half. It was great.
Things, and I come back and she's still. I'm like, are you still talking to Bernie? And yeah, so they're cool now. So.
Cliff, if I could jump in for a second, I just want to say to you, man.
Oh, we forgot. Oh, sorry. Go.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you have a special giveaway contest, and we forgot.
I was waiting on that, but before we do that, can I just say, and like I said to you, this is not me kissing butt. That you're really top 10 guys out there that you're bringing this community together, and I think that is freaking amazing. I'm meeting all new people. I'm subbing to them. They're subbing back. And, we're just growing this community, which is amazing. And in my eyes, I think you're one of the big reasons that, we have this community. Really. I really mean that. I'm totally flattered and humbled. And it's sometimes it's hard to hear those kind of things, but I really appreciate it. Okay.
I just consider myself just a normal guy like you guys and just making videos in my office or at the dining room table, but it's cool that I've been able to build up a platform where I'm able to help introduce people to each other, and if I could help someone with their own preparedness planning that helps them out, that's what it's all about. So but thank you so much.
All right, but my segue, why I'm putting gloves on?
What's going on with the gloves here?
Well, I want to do 2 giveaways for you guys, for your subscribers. I don't want to touch the stuff. So I want to offer up, however you want to give them away. This is the Maxpedition Micro Pocket Organizer. Okay, it's the next size up from my wallet. You could still use this. The difference is it has the patch on the front.
Yeah.
Look at all the different webbing on the inside. You have 2 beautiful pockets to put, Band-Aids, stuff like that, any flat stuff. You have your key. Lanyard here. Okay, great Molly webbing in the back. So that's number 1. And number 2, that's in the khaki. I want to give away to your subs a zip hook pocket organizer. It has this great little hook here, so you can hook it onto your belt, whatever. Molly webbing. It has access for, let's say, your headphones that come out, because this will also hold in here your cell phone if you choose to do that. Opens up beautifully, clam this way. It has 3 webs, the smaller webs, 1 big one, a small one, more on this side, a zipper pocket for storing some other stuff. And then last but not least, this other pouch in the front of that, which has more webbing. And again, their standard key lanyard. So I want to give this away for you to raffle off or question out to your people, but I want to give some of your viewers this and tell them thank you for subbing to you, me, and everything. So
again, everyone, if you're not subscribed to EDC TV, subscribe to EDC TV. He's his channel, he's just started in the last 4 months. He's up to around 300 subscribers. I anticipate it's going to keep growing exponentially. He features a lot of various Maxpedition products, so make sure that you subscribe. I have a link in the description box below. I imagine that he's going to be hitting the 500 plateau and the 1,000 plateau pretty soon.
I hope so.
I know Apex Prepper is going to be starting up the YouTube channel as well. So let's do a little giveaway. That's super kind that he has. The items are the Maxpedition Mini Pocket Organizer and the Maxpedition Zip Hook Pocket Organizer.
Correct.
So I'm going to take a look at who's in this chat room. I know that Carrie C has been very active. Let's do a totally spiked, loaded giveaway contest. Here's the question. Whoever can answer in the chat room will win the Maxpedition Mini Pocket Organizer by EDC TV. And that question is, what is Carrie C's favorite food?
Oh.
Just
Everybody's
in the
scrolling.
chat room. Let's see what it is. What is Carrie C, active chat room chatter? What's her favorite food? If you could answer correctly, you will win the Maxpedition Mini Pocket Organizer.
You know, Cliff, too, if I could just say something quick, and this is not to plug me or anything, but on my channel, I give away some really cool stuff. So
nice.
I give away this beautiful flipper knife the other day. It was amazing. You got to see that video.
So if you want free gear, it's free swag.
Sure, man.
French fries, no, that's not correct, David. So you have gas mask pancakes. That's not correct either. Let's see. We have, let's see. The generosity of the community. Dutch Bike Blogger Tacos. No, that's incorrect. Fettuccine by Bex 505. No, sorry, incorrect. Oh, Carrie C, what do you have? Mom's Meatballs. Congratulations. That is the answer for the giveaway contest. So, Carrie C, you have won a free Maxpedition Mini Pocket Organizer by EDC TV. Send me a message, Carrie C, and I'll link you up with EDC TV, or you could contact him and say, hey, where's my Maxpedition Mini Pocket Organizer? He'll send it your way. And,
got it right here.
So congratulations.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Congratulations, Carrie Z, on that. That was a tough question. So let's do another question here for those in the chat room. Let's see. I know that Bernie, do you have who's been pretty active in here that really should be recognized by some?
You know, I've seen a lot from Walter McLean.
Yeah, there's Walter McLean. Okay, so
yeah, I've seen a lot from him.
Okay, so here's the next trivia question. So what is Walter McLean's vehicle? If you could answer with the make and model of Walter McLean's vehicle from the chat room, you will win a Maxpedition Zip Hook Pocket Organizer. Let's see what people come up with. Again, thanks for everyone for participating in this one. Looks like people are congratulating Carrie, because that was a tough question.
I like DeLorean. I really do, but I don't think that's it.
DeLorean, that's close. That's super close. Let's judges. What do you think? Is that accurate?
Whatever you think.
Christina's guessing Jeep. Gas mask, Ford truck. No, I don't think that's correct. Gas mask. Let's see. Dutch Bike Blogger, DMC 12. That is pretty close. Let's see what we have. Walt. Again, we're trying to figure out what Walter's vehicle is. Preparedness guy, 1997 Ford Taurus. I used to have a 1996 Ford Taurus Preparedness guy, and it was quite the hoopty. KJ, we have Ford F350. I don't think that is correct. Dorothy Odell, we have Honda. We're still waiting. Again, we're trying to guess what Walter's vehicle is. Let's see if we could figure it out.
Let's see if Walter responds.
Yeah, if not, have to change it up. Dutch Bike Blogger, Ford F-150. That's close. Let's see if we can get it. Again, if you can get this right, you're going to get a Maxpedition Zip Hook Pocket Organizer. And if we don't find out in the next minute.
Oh, there we go.
Oh wait. So it was an Ford F-150, but I think Dutch Bike Blogger got it before Walter McLean. How do we handle this time situation?
Well, hold on, but how many?
Let me see.
How many shows do you have to
I have
go through before you
Cliff? But they're in my moving truck.
Yeah,
and the moving truck's on Long Island. So,
all right, well, let's say. In the sake of a tie, we're going to give the correct answer to the person named Walter. So, congratulations, Walter McLean. You win the Maxpedition Zip Hook. A very close call on Dutch Bike Blogger. That was neck and neck. So we're going to award it to the person that this contest is named after. So congratulations. And thanks, Walter, for being so active in the comments section. So that's awesome. We appreciate the support. So.
And if you didn't win this time, next time I'm on the show, I'll do two more. So
Gasmask says he said Ford truck. So unfortunately, we needed an exact make and model was the question, but Gasmask was pretty close on there. So So cool. Well, it's about we've been doing this for about 2 hours and 17 minutes. My mouth is getting incredibly dry.
Yes.
I'm almost out of coffee at this point. So I think we're going to start wrapping this one up. So again,
Cliff,
special thanks to EDC TV. Any final thoughts?
Well, I just wanted to say, if they go to my channel and just pick any one of the videos, I'm always blasting my email across there. Email me your shipping information. I would love to get this out to you by Monday, and enjoy it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks a bunch to EDC TV for appearing on the live stream. It's been awesome finally getting a chance to talk live, and we've been interacting with everyone. That's what it's all about, like kind of the interaction. I met the Apex Prepper Bernie through a similar giveaway style where he got a flashlight, and now we're doing live streams together, and we do video collaborations. I'm saying glowing now. I'm saying glowing things about you. So yeah, I think the collaboration's what it's all about. It looks like a sagebrush sludge. Oh, it looks like Little Miss Prepper is coming over here to say hi. So that's when you know that the live stream is going a little. So welcome,
sweetie.
Welcome, Little Miss Prepper, to the live stream. You say hi to everyone.
Hi.
And
hello.
What are your thoughts on EDC?
I don't know.
You don't know. What's in your EDC? Is it right now? Okay.
Can I show Little Miss Prepper my little prepper?
What he has?
What?
A doggy. It's a doggy. That's what he carries for part of his EDC.
Yes, he goes right in my bag.
Goes everywhere. That's a tactical dog. So, well, cool.
My dog.
Okay. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Well, this has been a fun one. We've had the Late Boy Scout. We've had Casual Preppers Podcast. We've had Prepper Potpourri. We had Rogue Preparedness. We had Mama Bear Preparedness. We had EDC TV. We had the Apex Prepper, and we had a screenshot of Austin Chambers that we weren't able to get quite going. But this is a jam-packed episode, and it was a lot of fun. I'm completely worn out, but I appreciate everyone that's been tuning into these live streams. They've been a lot of fun to do, and I love the general interaction with everyone in the preparedness community. And we even have people giving away gear like EDC TV. So again, check out his channel, link in the description box. Check out the Apex Prepper. I need to add your link as like a permanent fixture in the description.
I got to create it. You put the pressure on me.
Yeah.
So now I got to build it.
Oh man. Subscribers even before any videos.
I do. I have subscribers right now, and I don't know how, but they've all of a sudden showed up.
Yeah.
So now, I'm going to have to put out content.
Yeah.
Oh man. Pressure.
Cool.
Cliff, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for having me on the show. And if you ever need a spot filled in, you let me know, and I will gladly do more giveaways for your subscribers.
You have an open invite, so anytime you're tuning in, if you want to, hey, Cliff, I have something to say, let me know, and we'll get you on. So,
excellent.
Yeah, so looks like people, Mike was tuning in for it. Thanks for everyone for being in here. Let's see, we have Ariel. What could be
nice meeting you, Apex?
Yeah. We have some.
Hey, man. Thank you. That was great. Good job. Loved it.
Thanks.
Cool. All right. Let's. What could be in the tiny house roll in the prepper? I don't know. What could be the tiny house roll in the prepper roll? Oh, sorry. Before we turn this off.
Yes.
Has showing her EDC, and that's a.
Oh, right.
You want to show you, Don?
Yay!
There we go. So this is here. This is Echo, an Italian grape, and Little Miss Prepper. That's part of her EDC, right?
Uh-huh.
So, Little Miss Prepper, do you want to sign off for this live stream and tell everyone goodbye?
Yes.
Say bye bye, everyone.
Everyone.
Say subscribe to the Urban Prepper. Wait, they're probably subscribed if they're watching the live stream, a 2-hour live stream.
Smash that like button.
Yeah.
How about smash the like button?
This one?
No, don't really smash it. Just say it. Okay. Yeah, she's okay. She Little Miss Prepper encourages everyone to subscribe to all the channels that were featured in this live stream. She's going to take her EDC out the door. As you can see, I have my biohazard sign on my office door.
That's awesome.
Cool. Well, everyone, thanks a bunch for tuning in for this one. This was a lot of fun. I had a great time doing it. Thanks to EDC TV. Thanks for the Apex Prepper. Thanks for Cascadian Preparedness, a.k.a. Austin Chambers, author of Cascadian Fallen, and all the guests that we had. Next week, I have lining up an awesome show again, too. We have from the hit TV show Naked and Afraid, we have EJ Skull Crusher Snyder that's going to be on, which I'm super excited about. I met him at SHOT Show last year, and I got to talk with him, and he's going to be coming on the live stream, and we're going to be talking about survivalism. We're going to talk about the gear that he has. We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff. He has a food that he also has, some survival food, so we're going to go through that as well. Let me see if I can use my fancy software to show. Yeah, so that's EJ. He's going to be coming on next week, so stay tuned for that one. That's on May 2nd. And then I also have another Naked and Afraid contestant that's going to be coming on the following week, and that's going to be Shane Offline. I don't know if you guys remember Shane from Naked and Afraid. Let's see, Shane Lewis. He's another survivalist who's done a lot of the Naked and Afraid challenges, and he's another awesome one that I'm excited to feature on this. So, and I'm working on some other people too, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So everyone, thanks again for participating in these live streams. It's been a lot of fun. I try to get as many of the chat room people as going, and I guess it's time to. Oh, it looks like we have Austin Chambers. Oh.
Yes. All right.
Is this really you?
11th hour.
I saw.
Yes.
I was about to sign off, and I see like a SOS in the broadcast room.
Well, I figured you had to pee, so I better jump in before it's over.
Yes. How are you doing?
Well, better. Sometimes a little frustrated with Apple, but
I'm not. I don't use Apple.
I had to do a rapid download of Chrome.
Oh wow. Yeah. So what's going on, Austin? What do you? You've been cranking out videos like crazy lately too.
Taking advantage of time off from work, but I'm going to go back down to 3 a week. There's so much that goes into learning how to do good videos and editing and all that, and I haven't been doing any writing for a few weeks, so I need to get back on that.
Cool. So 3 videos a week. That'd be an awesome week for me. I did 6
a week for the last 2.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know Austin Chambers, he's the author of Cascadia Fallen. We have a couple different books over here. I think we have. These are mine. I'm not giving them away, but maybe we'll give away content.
Yeah, and I just gave some to Bionic Madness or whatever he goes by this week.
He's always branding himself a different name. So now,
right.
Here's some shout out to Cascadia Fallen. If you EDC TV, have you read this book?
I haven't, but I'm gonna get it as soon as we get off.
Get the. I like the Audible version of it, and I kind of just drive around with it. The narrator is really good, and it's awesome. You're gonna get hooked on it. You're gonna get hooked on it. So.
Well, I'll have EDC TV can just he'll send me an email, and I'll send you a couple of links to the audio books.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Man, look at all this. Look at all this collaboration going on now. This is awesome.
Love it.
Look at all this love.
We're on the this is the after hours of the live stream.
This is where
all the love happens.
This is where we can cuss like drunk sailors, right?
Yeah. A half hour ago, we had all the ladies on. It was ladies' night on the live stream. Now it's all the fellas that are on. So it's this is a lot of fun. So cool. Looks like Bex loves the show Naked and Afraid. Cascade, Austin, are you planning on appearing on the show Naked and Afraid? Would you? Yes or no?
No, I am both of those already. I definitely am afraid to be naked. So,
EDC TV, would you appear on the show Naked and Afraid? And if not, how much would it take? How much money would it cost?
I don't think I would do it.
And Apex Prepper, what about you? Final question, and then we'll sign off. Oh, it looks like.
Yeah, I would. I would.
Oh. Yeah. Before you sign off, though, I wanted you to ask me.
I would have it in the contract that the mosaic would be. I would have it in my contract, though, that the mosaic would have to be larger than the area.
Yeah. You have to have a large. Austin was about to say something before signing off. You had a.
Yeah. I was just going to do a quick pocket dump. I've been sitting there. Waiting to show off my cell phone. A battery charger, and I always carry on my ankle a laminator. So,
is that a tier 1 item or a tier 2 item for your EDC?
It's a tier 1 laminator. I carry that.
Yeah.
So, I finished up this morning's video and then was ready to start helping with the live stream. I've been sitting at this desk for like 6 or 7 hours. So I was like, he's going to ask me to EDC. So I just started grabbing stuff from around the office,
I love it. Well, we started off this live stream. The late Boy Scout, his first EDC item was a Sharpie pen, and we finished it off with a laminator.
With a laminating machine, right?
There you go.
So it's important to note that's a tactical laminator.
It is
So
a tactical one.
it has Molly between the toes.
Yeah, it comes in multicam, tactical black, wolf gray. So, stay tuned for the PDF that you can download in the description box for the. I'll provide information on where you can pick up the Austin Chambers tactical laminator device. Must have for EDC purposes. All right, guys. Well, this has been a fun one. So stay tuned for the next live stream next week. Again, we're featuring EJ Snyder from the hit show Naked and Afraid, and he is going to be wearing clothes for this broadcast. So don't worry about that. But the Apex Prepper might not be. So.
You said it.
All right, guys. So thanks everyone again for tuning in, and stay safe, everyone. All right, see you guys.
Thank you. Take care, guys.